Hey, hey, hey. What's going on, folks? How is everybody doing tonight? Let me go ahead, before I jump in, let me go ahead and get all my tunes going. Make sure everything is running the way it should. There we go. Ooh, good song to start out, too. Listen to that. We're going to be bumping tonight. As always, let me know how the audio is while I go ahead and tweak everything. I think, yep, as per usual, I gotta fix this screen as well, so let me go ahead and do that. And then I'll jump in with everybody and check in. Yo, please let me know how you guys can hear me, see me, all that stuff, so I know that it's all good. Let's see, browser window, properties, not this screen, we need this screen, let's go. All right, I think we should now be set up. All right, let's go back to main cam. Let's see who we got in here. I think there were a couple of people really early on too. Let's see. Matthew was in here early. What's going on? Jeff, how you doing, my friend? Tiger Flyer, looks like you won't be here, but hey man, you're always with us, you know? Truggy, how you doing? Got to get you the pre-built form bot. You know, I've been having trouble getting in contact with all those guys. No one has returned my emails or contact forms, unfortunately. Yeah, I would love to work with any of those things. Obviously, I love building printers. So that's what this whole channel has kind of become, or is slowly evolving into, because it's just really fun. So, yeah, I would love to work with any of them. Austin's Adventures and Hobbies. Yo, what's going on? Demon Princess, I'm back. Had to reboot my laptop. Always got to reboot. When something goes wrong, reboot that thing. Hey, Diecast, what's up, man? Good evening. Printing lots of 3D sets. All right, 3D sets is the best. Do you see their new Fair Lady? Beautiful. Breach, what's going on? Jesper, how are you? Video and audio good here? Okay, awesome. Tony Chaz, look at this awesome combo of everything. That's dope. I like that. Audio's good. You're squinting. No, I have really bright lights that go directly in my eyes. And JP, I'm sick, so that's another thing. I just had a tea. Now I'm having a coffee for some reason. I got some lozenges up in here with some lint for my pocket. And I have a cold. So if I'm sniffing, coughing, generally sluggish, it's because I'm sick. Wonderful as always. Nice, nice, nice. Papa's here. What's up? What's up? Got my first 3D printer, the Chitty Tech. Nice. That's a great machine. I was just talking about it with a buddy of mine. So I brought my second one of these X Plus 3s to my office at work. We both use it there. Obviously, I have enough here, but sometimes I like to print stuff while I'm at work because I need stuff done or whatever it might be. But I let him use it too. Since he's coming from a bunch of Aquilas, he had having that one is so much faster than having a bunch of Aquilas. It's kind of funny, but he was just telling me he just came up to it, started a print, and printed flawlessly whatever he was printing. And that's my experience with that machine. Once you set up that Z offset and you learn not to use the screen and just use Clipper, or not use Clipper, just use the screen, the machine's fantastic. Also, the presets in Chitty Slicer, the presets in Orca Slicer for it are really good. Need to build that one. I got the buggy model. Nice, cool. Skibby boat. Yeah, Skibby boat looked cool. I'm waiting for them to make like a faster one, like not like a Skibby boat, but like, you know what I mean, with a trailer. That'd be so cool. But yeah, I mean, I want that van. I want the 4x4 van is what I want, and I want them to make a Rabbit just because I love Volkswagens, and it would be cool to have one. I did a big upgrade on my Under 3 Pro. Nice. It's always fun. Hey, Wilmar, how you doing? Did I see the new K1C yet? I can't see from here. Yes. No, you can't see it from there. I have one. It's in a box. They didn't give me any didn't tell me if I can or cannot stream it or do anything, but as exciting as that is, and it's at CS right now, and it's a talk of the town, I wanted to do this one because it's been sitting here for a while, the 2 trees, and it's only right if I do that first and not jump the gun on that one. But yeah, I have it. I want to check it out. You know, I definitely want them to fix whatever issues they had, and this is the way that they chose to do it, and it's cool. Allergy season, yeah. I mean, I'm dying. Man. The Knob, what's up? Yeah, I was thinking any sort of front-wheel drive, all-wheel drive economy car would be awesome just because mainstream RC companies don't really offer regular cars. Right. Yeah, it'd just be fun. They're like, yeah, front-wheel drive car, RC car would just be fun. Like, I know it's not going to be as good of a performer. Like, people got on me in the Facebook group. Or I guess the dude said it was a joke. But still, like, was it? Was it a joke? Like, I know it's not some rear-wheel drive muscle car or something, or an all-wheel drive race car, but, like, who cares? A Tesla will beat anything you got anyway. Time to have some fun, you know? So a few things. As always, right here, there's a pinned comment. That's going to take you here. Here, you can win a spool of filament if you stick around to the end of the stream, where hopefully we'll print something on this machine. The other thing is shop.3dprintsos.com. I have some cool shirts for sale, some hoodies, some pretty fun little merch, and I have more coming every day. You could look this cool. So cool. I do want to say something, by the way, to those people that have already ordered. I want to apologize because the Blob and the Speedboat Race shirts came, and I did not like the quality. I complained to them, and I also redid the designs on my end so that they don't have like not an aura, that's not the right word, but they had a glow effect essentially. And in the previews, they looked great. But in real life, I'm not happy with it. So for those that ordered, I'm personally, I apologize tremendously if you've gotten them already. But those are fixed now. So if you were going to order these shirts, they will not have a glow around them, and they will be super crisp like this, like that. Like that's how they should have come in, and that's how their other shirts look when they come in. But when they have a glow, they completely just blow out, and I hated it. So like I said, I complained. And talk to them about it. So we'll see what happens there. But If you guys got them and you're also unhappy about them, please use the company's methods to either return, exchange, whatever it might be. If you're unhappy with it, about it, if you're happy with it and it looks fine to you, then everything is fine. But I'm a bit of a stickler, and I wanted to be honest and open about that. Yeah, so that's kind of it. Hey, Philip, how's your clone coming along? I'll talk about that in a second, Jesper. It would be cool if they were glow in the dark. That would be cool. That would be cool. I actually don't know if they have any glow in the dark stuff, but yeah, I'm looking forward to pretty much all the stuff. I still don't have the mat or the cup. I want them. They're on the way. Really looking forward to it. Some of my buddies got this, as well as some other people should already have it. The mugs look great. The mugs look really good. I'm very happy with it, especially for 13 bucks. Like that's fantastic. So yeah, really happy with the shop. If you guys are digging it, it's a cool way to support, but yet still get something out of it. And I made the prices as low as they could humanly, they could possibly go. So I'm happy about it. Okay, so we covered this. Let's see if any of you guys are already in there. 9 people. That's awesome. So yeah, this machine. Oh, right, the project. May I tell you a secret that will change your life? That seems very important. Yes, immediately. Yes. While you type that out. So yeah, I started printing my 1-to-1 clone. Let's see how close they got. I gotta do my smirk. It's pretty close, aka 1-to-1. So yeah, I've been printing it on the K1 Max. This is 3 pieces. I don't actually know why the back of the head was cut, so you can kind of see a little bit of a line, and the orientation's a little bit different. But yeah, right now, and you can see my legs. My legs are up there. So there is actually a print going right now. Right, I can walk around, my mic's on me. There's a print going right now with the other half of my legs, and I can see the cardboard spool. And we have, how long to go? 49 minutes. I'm going to just push it. It has a filament runout sensor. If it runs out, it runs out, but we'll see. I have another spool right here that's sitting on the very top. Oh, it's not sitting there anymore. It's right there. That's almost out as well. So I just want to use it, use all of it. But yeah, this is going to be a super fun project. Scanned on the Creality Ferret Pro, which I will have later to talk about when I do the video for this. Printed on the Creality K1 Max and using Creality filament. And this is their new color. Actually, I have 2 of their new colors. There's a brown and this skin tone color. And I'm going to absolutely love putting this outside of my family members' homes. It's gonna be a perfect way to terrorize everyone I know. Anyway, what's the secret? Drink horse milk every morning for like 1 to 2 months as you have this year. Should I do some ketamine as well? So first of all, I don't have allergies. I've never have. I just have a cold. But that's hilarious. Horse milk. Maybe I just haven't heard of this or something. Feder, you just did an unboxing not so long ago, very similar to this printer. It was right here. It is the FlashForge Adventure Pro. So the major difference with this machine, I was kind of waiting to jump into it, but I'll do it now. The major difference with this particular machine, and the reason why this excites me more than that machine, is this machine runs Clipper, but they hide it completely and will not open it. This machine runs Clipper and it is open to you. It runs fluid. You can get to it. You can, you can alter the CFG, and most importantly, this has 3 separate motors, and that differentiates it from all of the other machines so far. Even like the K1s, the K1 Maxes, all the bamboo machines. It is more similar to my Trident than any other machines that I have. The Chitty-Tex, whatever it might be, whatever machine you're thinking of, this one has 3 separate motors, which gives it Z-tilt, and it completely gets rid of the problem that people are having with their K1s, the K1 Maxes, where the bed isn't perfect. Obviously, the machine compensates, but still, they're making shims. There's a big fuss about it. And this machine wouldn't have that problem because it does Z-tilt, because they're not belted. So that alone makes this one way more desirable in my personal weird broken head. So yeah, they're similar if you look at it and squint. And I want to talk about that as well in a second. Let me catch up. Whichever one rushes here. Okay, cool. Iceman. Yeah, welcome. Thanks for rushing. You didn't have to. We'll be here. Hey, Andrew. What's up? What's up? I'm serious? I don't know. I got to look up horse milk. Hey, what's up? What's up? I'm a silver caster and trying to design molds for sand casting. Oh, okay. Of course, layer lines are an issue. Any suggestion reducing the layer lines without sanding when using PLA? If you're going to use PLA, you can also try PVB. It's not that much more expensive. It prints with the same PLA settings, and you can spray it literally out of a spray bottle with isopropyl alcohol, and it gets rid of the layer lines. That's one obvious thing. But it depends on which machine you're using, Breach, to try to get rid of layer lines, but it always has to do with your Z-axis. If your Z-axis isn't perfectly aligned, or something's going just a little bit too fast, or you're over-extruding, that can also cause layer lines. There's a lot of ways to tackle it, really. Probably too much for me to get into in like a quick reply, unfortunately. But you can always jump into our Discord, head in there, and post your issue with some photos, and we'll obviously, everyone, we'll try to help you. Just make sure the horse doesn't have only one teeth. Yeah, man, I was instantly worried as soon as I looked. I've been waiting for a Trident-style mass-produced printer. Yeah, same. What's up, Nuke, by the way? Amazing. Can't wait to see you break this one down. Yes, me too, me too. Hey, I want to see where hardware runs. Bob's Burgers. I have to check up. Oh, Chitty, right. So, yeah, I mean, the Chitty Tech is actually really good at not having layer lines. If it is having layer lines, you might want to purposefully under-extrude it a bit. So mess with the flow. So print the cube, see what it's like, or maybe a cylinder would be better. Just like for example, if you use Orca Slicer, which what I would suggest, if you right-click on the bed and hit Add Primitive, add a cylinder, just make it tall, make it like 50 millimeters, and print one, and then print it again, except turn the flow down maybe 10%. And see what that looks like in comparison. Usually when you purposefully slightly under extrude, you can get rid of some layer lines. Keep in mind that will obviously make it just a hair weaker, all those things. But there's a bunch of different things you can do, too many. Is that Winamp? Oh yeah, Winamp, baby. Yeah, I have a lot of MP3s that I own because I have the rights to them to use them on my channel. And whenever I edit a video, I try to collect more for that video, so I always end up having just a giant dump of MP3s, and this is the perfect way for me to use it. If you're wondering, I'm on a Mac, and there's an app called Reamp, and that's what I'm using. It uses the classic Winamp model, and you can even use all the classic Winamp skins, literally all of them. So if you go to download any of them from the archive, you could use it on it. So. Awesome, I will. Cool. Hey, Jeff with a 10. Man. Jeff, you kill it every single week, man. You blow me away, dude. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm sure everyone that gets these also appreciates it. Thank you. Truly, that's that's sick. Thank you. Hey, Art Dorch, how you doing, man? I was amazed at the layer line quality. Yeah, me too. Me too. Every time. My entire Trident was printed with the Chitty Tech X+3. So, hey, Jim. How are you? All right, so let's get this thing out of the box, and we will mess with it and see what it's all about. But yeah, that's kind of my thing with this machine. I think it's pretty special in the fact that it has independent steppers, and that everything's riding on linear rails, and it uses clipper. Now, I did notice that it doesn't use clipper screen, and I'm definitely bummed about that. Definitely, if you're going to use clipper and not modify it to an extent like, these guys are doing, you might as well just let us use clipper screen and maybe modify it slightly there. I think everyone just wants to have their own, name in the game, like the skin in the game. And they want their own look. Another thing that kind of bugs me a bit about it before using it is that there's a lot of companies that are trying to mimic this look. You guys know what I'm talking about. Even the logo, not that it's not their logo, it just The thing is, like, for example, the P1P, obviously, has the panels taken off, and it looks raw. That's what they did. Theirs looks raw as well, because they have an enclosed machine, and this is the raw version of it. This one is not an enclosed machine with the panels off. This one, look at it. There's no exposed screws. There's no nothing. So if you're going to go through the effort of trying to make your machine this polished, why not at least maybe have it a different color, or have the shape slightly different to differentiate yourself a bit, you know? You're going through the trouble of making it more of a Trident style, having clipper, you know what I mean? Like, that kind of bugs me, and it's definitely a trend in 3D printers. You know, Chitty-Tech didn't do it, and Chitty-Tech does get flamed for their machines looking the way they do, which is kind of funny, because I'm flaming this one for not looking unique, you know what I mean? I personally have no problems with the way that Chitty-Tech looks, but looks aren't that important. But at first glance, you know, someone's never going to even look into this past, oh, it's a clone. And they're just going to, you know what I mean? And I know people are going to do that. So I wish that it didn't look like it does, but that is what it is. You messed with the Reborn 2 lately. I turned it on. I messed with it a bit. I put all of the components that I've been gathering for it down into it. And then I turned it off and started a bunch of projects. No, I am actively paying attention to like 3 or 4 separate folks in my Discord channel that are modifying theirs in unique ways, all of them. So I'm very closely monitoring all of it, and I want to do it. It's just the time issue. I'm using quite a lot of Polyterra, and the layer lines are very well hidden with this filament. Nice. As long as it functions, you won't have to bash it with a baseball bat and throw it out the window. Right, exactly. Hey, load of clips. I keep losing offset. It keeps differing drastically. Really? What could that be? Outside of slicing. Now, is it always a similar file? Is it across different files? Is it power delivery? Ruined another brand new bed. Oh, it's losing Z offset. Which is it that optical sensor? Are you still using the probe? Because that probe is brutal. I can't stand it. Micro probe, okay. So not this one. That micro probe is what's it called? BQ. That's actually a really good probe. Huh. Hey Andre, how you doing? All right, let me get a lozenger and let's unbox this thing. A lozenge. Hold on, let me check this real quick too. Oh, okay, it should be just on it. It's kind of crazy, actually. 38 minutes left, and it's... I mean, I can see the cardboard. Could my Pi or SD card be going bad? If it's at the first layer, I don't know. It's hard to say. How are you doing your Z offset settings? I don't know. I mean, if you do it once, you save it. You reboot. It should be saved. All right, I'm gonna put this guy back up here for now. All right. Unboxing these new machines is a little bit different than older machines, as you guys are well aware, I'm sure, because everything's enclosed in here. So let's cut this thing open and take it out. Arthur, I'm sorry to hear about it, man. I off the top of the head, I don't really know, but as always, I would say post in the Discord and see what we can really do. It really kicks the llama's ass. Probe calibrate. Yeah, if you're doing probe calibrate and then you're saving and rebooting, I mean, that part should work. It could be that maybe there's something in your start, like in your start print G code that doesn't call for your bed, or maybe your no, because regardless, if it homes, it would do your Z offset. Yeah, like I wonder if it's a configuration thing. I'm convinced 3D manufacturers hate their customers, especially Creality. I don't know about all that. Microsoft for different layers until it's good to run a print and it scrapes. Okay, that's a thing. So if you're so if you're using microstepping like through the screen and move it around until it prints, The next one is not going to use those, like especially if you reboot, because you would have to save. And if you save, it should now add those that you microcept on top of your Z offset that's currently in there, which could be causing problems as well, especially if you're doing it every print. You could see how that could stack. Drama llama. All right, so far I've taken off this foam hat. Arthur, definitely post, and I'll check. I gotta like, focus in on that kind of issue, you know? All right. It's in a little bag. Can I just grab and pull up? Let's see. Maybe. If I had a third hand, let's use the table. All right, let's go sideways. I don't want to put it upside down. All right, where can I grab and where can't I grab is the question. All right, here's what we're doing. I'm gonna put it on the table like this. We're gonna pull that sucker out of there. There we go. Okay. This is actually, I know this is funny to even talk about. Surprisingly good bag. It's not like sticky or annoying. Let's maybe do this. How can you say Creality hates their customers? They literally scanned Furdo so he can print himself. That's true. But that's only because I was really nice to them as well. I mean, you know, I am on the internet as well. I see people having problems. Creality just happens to be one of the most popular companies out there, so you see a lot more about them. They also happen to be on the cheaper end of the machines, obviously not all of them with the K series. So people are buying really budget machines and then really throwing them under the bus, even if it's completely their fault. I see it literally daily. So yeah, they do catch more hate just because they tend to cater to budget-friendly machines. Default, yeah. I mean, you can on that one. Next time, open the box from the bottom, maybe. I like, you know, sometimes I just go in hard mode. Next time, use your feet. You mean the ones I'm printing? Good thing it doesn't have a glass door. That's right, yeah. Uncle Jesse. Hey, BW. Kind of surprised they didn't put that in like 6-inch thick styrofoam packaging. They did. So, not only is there extremely thick packaging, there's also corner... Oh, you guys can't see that. Thick packaging and corner protection, and it's pretty much covered from all sides. So the packaging is actually pretty good, I would say. Hey Darren, what's up? What's up? Creality and not so cheap. Right. But most of their machines, like not everyone's buying the K1s. That's still a minority in relation to the rest of the Clipper machines. I mean Creality machines, right? All right, let's see what's going on. There's something like on the bed. Okay, there's a what's it called? Some kind of lubricant on the bed. So that would make for fantastic print adhesion. All right, let's see. First glance, I like the sharp edge actually. First glance, it's nice and beefy. This is all a single extrusion. I thought this was a cover. It is not. This is an aluminum extrusion. It's not even a sheet of steel. This is... Okay, that's very unexpected. I thought this, much like that machine back there, much like the other ones that this looks like, I thought this was going to be a steel frame with really cheap sheet around it. Cheap sheet. But this is not cheap sheet. I cracked myself up. This is straight up a custom aluminum piece, which is definitely refreshing. Can I get in here to show you guys? So this whole thing, all those grooves. Oh, here we go. Here's a good part. This is all a giant aluminum, super thick extrusion. So that is a very unique touch, which is nice. Let me check if this camera is zoomed in, because it seems zoomed in, and I don't want it to be. Is the meat? No, it is not zoomed in. Okay. Let's see what else we got. What else we got? Does it come with free snippers? It better. Horse milk. They knew that my allergies are acting up, and they gave me some horse milk. You still need an operator's certification course to operate with 40 semester hours of coding, 200 work experience hours before you can truly print something. We'll see. I hope not. I think it is more vanilla Clipper than Creality, because Creality doesn't even give you Clipper. You gotta like obtain it. This thing gives you fluid right away. I like it. See, it gave me fluid already. Recently bought an SK1 Carbon and AMS. I was shocked that there were no clippers. No clippers? I would have returned it right then. I don't own or have used Creality machines, so they've been printing with a 3D printer. Nice. That's good for you. You escaped them. 2040 extrusion? No, it's not 2040. It's totally different in every way that I can possibly see. It also does look like there is a really small lip with places for hardware to go into, for panels, for just rectangle pattern, what's called panels on all sides, and nothing is protruding from the sides. Yeah, nothing in the back either. Oh, it's a big stepper motor back there. Big old stepper motors back there. You guys see that? See the size of that thing? Big boy. I see screw holes. Yeah, there is definitely, well, not on this side, because this is, I guess, where the door would be. Super thick. But yeah, on this side, there are some, looks like hinge holes. Yeah, and spaces for hinges. So that's interesting. Maybe there's enclosure kits for this. Some of the build quality is a Sapphire Plus. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. What's up, Mobius? D-Max. Where's the 3 in front? 3D Max? Lead screw floating without linear rail. No, they got linear rails. Oh, the back one? Yes, the back one is just floating, but there's 2 linear rails on the front. I wonder why they did that. Oh, because they didn't want an extra piece here, I bet. Yeah, I bet they didn't want anything here. That's fine. That's not going to be a problem. There's bearings on the top here. So like on a Trident, for example, they are not held. The lead screws aren't held because they don't need to be, since they're on a linear rail. And the back is also going right into the super thick extrusion. The whole thing is a single piece of aluminum. That's kind of insane. That's a lot of extra money. I'm really surprised. I like how it looks. Yeah, it looks nice and clean. I'm honestly surprised that it's not steel frame with super, tin wrapping around it, pretty much. That to me is very surprising. But let's see everything else. I also have a firmware for it, which I'll throw on an SD card because there's no point in running old firmware. All right, let's see. We're gonna just tilt these up. How much wiggle room do I have? Quite a bit. Because I can just individually rotate these upward. Get this out of here. All right, we got our boxes. Let me go ahead and spray this before I forget. There's another thing. So I was talking about how the shape, if you squint, you know, reminds you of the other machines. And that's kind of a bummer. But there's an additional thing that I guess I'm kind of bummed about. I'm not bummed. I know why they did this. Well, I'm guessing. But if you look at the specs here, the bed size is 256 by 256 by 256. You know, there's only one company that does 256. So I'm guessing in their eyes, they're thinking there's going to be a giant abundance of build plates that are available in that size. I'm guessing. So maybe that's why they did that. They definitely could have not done it. They could have just done, you know, 225, 235. We could have done 300, maybe. But they didn't. I'm not sure. You couldn't have done 300 in here. I don't know. I don't know why the 256. I guess if they make their own size, they'll have a proprietary piece. And this way, like I said, it's not proprietary. You can buy your own on the internet. Maybe. But it is what it is. Hey, Chad. Welcome back, buddy. You've been botting around elsewhere, huh? Super curious what the screen looks like now. Yeah, me too. Can we get a waifu to 3D print? Asking for a friend. Not mine. Mine doesn't want anything to do with it. But Jeff's got one that's totally into it. You know anything about Formbot Marathon? I do. It looks amazing. I messaged Formbot. I got no response, unfortunately. I don't have the clout to get immediate responses from anybody. I'm not sure how to get in touch with anyone there. So I'm totally bummed about it. I wish I could. I had like slightly more presence that I can just, you know, freely talk to people like that. I mean, I would obviously love to check it out. I'm really interested to see the X-axis specifically, the way that it moves. Note, front. I would have expected this to be 3D printed. It's not. Also, this is how I would have liked the Adventurer to do the screen. The Adventurer did the screen in a way that's very easy to critique negatively. And this is what just slides into here. Yeah, that's good. This is the way to mount the screen. That's good. Yeah, and then you just take this off, and that'll plug into the screen. Yeah, I like that. That's nice. Okay. There's screws, or screws are somewhere else. Look, screws are somewhere else. Screen connector already wins. Can be, yes, exactly, Truggy. I was just saying that. AliExpress bed plates are probably, yeah, they are. Right, JP. That's kind of what I'm saying. How did you weather the storm? The storm was interesting. We didn't really get much of anything. We got some wind, some rain, typical stuff. Nothing around me really went nuts. The schools have been closed because there's a lot of trees everywhere, old trees, and I guess the school buses couldn't get in and out. There's a lot of also schools that had problems themselves. So schools were closed, which was wild. It is what it is. I'm sick anyway, so I didn't mind staying home. Are you planning to open the bottom? If you guys would like me to, I would love to. I'd love to check it out. We lost power and trees everywhere. Really? No, we had power, no trees, nothing. I'm straight chilling. Hey, Aishin. Seeing all these touchscreen comes with new printers. Really disappointed how Bamboo did P1. Yeah. I mean, it looks like multiple companies are now making screens for the P1P. I was considering the SK1 before I ordered my printer, but I really need a bigger bed and looking forward to seeing how it works. Yeah, same. Yes, open it up. See the motherboard. Yeah, definitely. I'll do it. All right, we got a book. Thank you for your purchase. You're welcome. Okay, just pretty simple directions so far. Just assembly. Is there anything crazy that I need to know? I'm not gonna look. Whoa! Look at this test tube. Big boy needles in there. We got a nozzle brush. This is quite the little toolkit here. Oh yeah, you guys get to see the wing over here too. Oh, we got snips. Hey Fabrizio, what's up? What's up? We're running the X Touch. Nice. I like the BTT coming out. Can you please remind me, is the extruder metal? I don't know. We will take a look. I haven't had a chance to look at the extruder at all. Oh, it looks like it's like blocked from moving. That's kind of cool. Slight snow here. Look at this little guy. That's unique. Very, very small. I wonder what that's for. Love seeing this. I love these tweezers. I use them all the time. And we have snips. Play-Doh. I'm gonna put all this stuff back. You know, the typical tools and typical wrenches. Okay, good stuff, good stuff. You know, I love seeing stuff like this. If it's your first machine, having this stuff is great. I love the fact that this is a small spool of filament and not one of those completely useless things. I actually use these. I bring them to my office. It's perfect filament to, you know, print little stuff here and there. And this is high-speed PLA, so that's kind of cool. All right, I'm not going to use this for testing because it's white, and you know, no point in using white. Okay, so we have an antenna, similar antenna that comes on the Neptune machines, Aligo machines. Yeah, that little guy. Actually, I'm not going to put it on yet because we're going to be flipping the machine around and stuff. We have a 4 gig SD card. Does this use SD? That's kind of weird. Nope, it has a USB 3. Nope, has a USB 3.0, like not USB-C, like USB 3.0 and 2.0 on the edge. What does this say? This TF is only used to update the screen firmware. Oh, okay. Whoops, too soon. Also, I got to catch up with the chat in a second, so I don't think there's a screen firmware yet, but there is a different firmware. We got nozzles. Oh, that's that nozzle. That nozzle. I'll show you guys in a second. I'm a bit bummed to see it, to be honest with you. You guys will recognize this shape. Focus. Focus camera. Yeah, that nozzle is a clone of bamboo. So that makes me think that there's a bamboo clone in there. Spare screws, okay. Cup head screws. What's a cup head? And more spare screws. At least we do get another nozzle. Let's say what kind it is. Yeah, 0.4 millimeter nozzle. Alright. Both bummed about that and not bummed, I guess. Once again, super readily available. Alright, here is the USB flash drive. So we will need that for our update. And then the other thing that's in here is an MKS eMMC adapter version 2.0. That's nice. So if you ever, for some reason, updated your firmware via Clipper on these machines, which will bork the whole machine, this will let you save it by reflashing the eMMC itself. Looks like there's an SD on there and USB. So that's good. That's nice of them to include that. All right, we have a power cable in here. And this should be the last thing right over here. Filament rack. Filament rack. This is a filament rack? Oh, it's cute. Okay. Half round head, it says. That was my nickname in high school. I don't know. All right, let's take these out. And what's cup head? We still got to figure that out. What are those screws for? I know we need 2 screws for the screen. But before I put the screen on and stuff, we'll flip the machine around. Let me quickly see if there is something in here that will tell me. Oh, so it looks like everything is locked in. That's pretty cool. Top wire screws. Okay, so remove the Z-axis fixation. Cup head screws. Oh, that's just what they call them, okay? Remove top wire screws, remove the firmware, and lock back the screws. That's just a horrible translation. Remove the X and Y fittings. Okay, those are obvious. There's like plastic pieces, and I'll show you guys in a sec. There's plastic pieces holding everything in place, which I haven't seen before on anything else. Here's where that goes. Yep, that goes on the side, all right. What else? Install the screen module, okay, with the half-round head screws. These were the half-round. Yeah, so those two half-rounds are for the screen. Although this says half-round M4, and this says half-round M3. Were these spare screws half-rounds? No. I guess that'll be made obvious later. Screen pops on. So that's it. So it's just a matter of unscrewing these things and screwing that stuff on. Let's put this off to the side and check out the machine a little bit further. I'm going to look in here again to see if the screen screws are in here. Oh, there are. They're right here. They're hidden in here. That's what I'm looking for. All right, so we don't need any of the other screws. There's no assembly. Just two for the screen and two for the for this little guy, and then put the antenna on. That should be it. So these cup head screws can go back, or actually I'm going to keep them out because it looks like those are the type of screws that are used over here everywhere. Let's go for the big one. Okay, so let's get the camera up to where you guys can see this, and let me catch up with the chat afterwards. But here you can see how they did this. There's 3D printed blocks that screw in, so you can't move any of this from shipping, which is very nice. Let me see, is this the right one? It is. I know, I realize I'm in the way. Just give me a second. Yeah, it like screws into the actual rail. Look at that. That's pretty cool. That's a great idea. And a nice print. Look how nice that print is. Okay. I can dig that. Let me get one of the little baggies out from in here, so I can store it. So far, my impressions are good. I don't like the copycat stuff that happens here and there, but you know, that is what it is. All right, let me catch up with the chat because there's probably a ton. Yeah, there's a ton. I'm at the hotend console. I'll check it out in a minute. We'll take apart the whole hotend cover. Ceramic tip, best tweezers type ever. Yep. Yeah, ceramic would be nice. Nice to see more tools coming with the machines. I agree. Bamboo A1 series is only 20 grams on both models. Yeah, the A1 is killing it. It's a great machine. We don't talk about Bamboo here. We do. It's fine. It's totally fine. I know they're fantastic. They're great. I just don't like when people copy them blatantly. Dallas this week has been nippy all week. Let's making fun of the Ender Bro Bamboo Boy. That is a thing. The Ender Bros definitely converted to Bamboo Boys. That's for sure. Same board as the X Smart series? I think so. It's gonna be because it's MKS. Yeah, that was correct. Bamboo about the trademark. Nice. Nice rack. Overture. I've never had luck with the Overture. But that was early on, like those when they first came out. Doesn't seem to want to stick even after washing my PI, alcohol wipe down, even crank the temps. Try to lower the temps on the bed. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but whatever you're at now, lower them by like 10. If you alcohol wipe down, okay. If you washed it, wash it with like Dawn detergent soap. Then make sure it's 100% dry with nothing else on there. You know, it's got to be a Z offset maybe. Some PLA likes to be like pressed in, some doesn't. Hard to say. Hard to say. If you're in the Discord, throw some photos up in there. This is a clipper machine. Yes, it is a clipper machine, and you get fluid right away. I mean, you know, yes, but it should still print. You should still be able to print it. Silly English, yeah, it can be whack. Hey, M1, Micah, just joining live. What stands out? The biggest thing, like I mentioned earlier, is the fact that it uses independent motors for the Z. It's actually a pretty big deal because it will, most machines, like 99% of machines that look like this, that come out, are all belted with one Z motor. And that means you can't edit the way that the bed sits because there's no knobs or anything. This, like my Trident, like my Voron Trident, can use those individual steppers to do a Z tilt. So you're way more likely to get a better bed level every single time if you have this. Also, it also means that you don't have to do a bed mesh every time. Just doing a much faster, 3-point Z tilt will get you where you need to go as long as there's a mesh saved a lot of the time. So this especially because this is uses clipper, that to me is fantastic. This is way closer to a Trident than any other machine. Ask Forbot to get contact of Dan Marinsky, creator of the marathon. That would be cool. I would love to somehow, but you're saying ask Formbot. Formbot, I messaged them. I haven't received a reply back yet. I would love to chat with anyone there. I would love to work with them with anything they got. But I have not had the luck. Overture is Polymaker. I print on both. If either goes out of stock, same settings, no problems. Yeah, I don't know who they were before, but really early on. But my first few spools of Overture from Amazon, when I first got into 3D printing, where I now avoid them. But obviously Polymaker is an amazing company. Yeah. Delta is cool, especially with the new FL Sun stuff coming out. Your PI bed is smooth. If your PI bed is smooth, run sandpaper over it. I wouldn't do that, man. I wouldn't do that. I just mixed 6-rolled. I just mixed 6-rolled on my V400 with no problems, even printing them together. I ran out. 6 rolls, I'm guessing. Hey, I'm Ender to Bamboo. Well, there you go. We got a bro in here, everybody. Just kidding. There's nothing wrong with it. Just there's elitists around. You're aware. There's elitists on the internet, and they're not very helpful online either. Oops. Yeah. That's kind of this, like a pre-built mini Voron. Well, it's not, but you get what I mean. Yeah, the FL Suns, both of them are going to be cool. I hope to get one of them, but once again, I completely lost contact with them. I would love to. Texture PI does not like PLA typically. Here's what I do. Okay. Here's what I do with pretty much all of my PI sheets nowadays. Let me get my camera. I'm trying to get the name of who was asking specifically. Oh, I went too far back. Hold on. Kyle, right? Yeah, Kyle. Yep, okay, Overture. Kyle, here's what I do on pretty much all of my PI sheets. I take a glue stick, I put them as evenly as I can, a single layer, somewhat lightly, on the PI bed, okay? And then I go and take a wet paper towel, like wet the paper towel, wring it out so that it's moist. And then I go over the build plate with that paper towel so that everything is nice and smooth, okay? Then I take that, I think we're done back there, done printing. Then I take that bed that's kind of still moist, and I heat my print bed to 100, and I let it sit in there for 15 to 20 minutes. You'll have some steam even occasionally. But that kind of like bakes on that glue to where it won't come off on every print. And that glue helps a lot in releasing prints and helping PLA stick a bit. But also helps, you know, you to print ABS, PETG, TPU, all sorts of stuff. It adds that little protective layer that not only helps adhere, but also helps you pop prints off later. And I've been doing that a lot with all of my machines that especially that print multi-material type of stuff. But they're all textured. I definitely avoid smooth. I prefer textured. I know some people will say, you know, other stuff, but TiVo, nice. My buddy Jess uses TiVo tarantulas. Well, a TiVo tarantula. And a 3 Neo boy for life. Now 3 bamboos. One of my boys. Nice, David. What are your thoughts on FLSun S1 coming in? I mean, I really can't wait to see it. I can't wait to see it because if they even come close to anything that they're saying, it will once again push everyone forward again, like one more time. You know what Bamboo already did, and now it'll happen again because those numbers are all staggering. And once again, I don't think, I talked about this before, I actually don't think the T1 is the crazy thing here. The T1 is like the $1,200 to $1,300 model, extremely fast, everything's amazing on it. I actually think that $500 or $600 model S1, wait, am I saying it backwards? Whichever one's the cheaper one, I think that's the T1. That's the impressive model here. I think that's the one that's going to be an absolute winner. It's still enclosed, still can print everything, can go extremely fast. The fact that the spool's inside the chamber, which is super cool, and it's at the top, which means it gets heated itself. That's so clever, and the best use of space on a Delta machine because that whole top is useless. I think that's the actual, like, secret machine. And this one is obviously just an absolute monster. So, in my opinion, if they can come close to any of their claims, I haven't seen any machines anywhere out. Like I said, I unfortunately lost communication with them. I would love to work with them to any degree. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I don't know how they're going to do any of it or have done any of it. There's obviously videos out there of it printing all kinds of things, which is good. Because a lot of manufacturers do this type of thing without even having video out there, which is wild. So we'll see. Yeah, glue stick. Textured, yes. Yes. On both. But I do it on textured. You use horse milk. Better just exactly so what I do. A spray bottle and sponge. Yep. Yep, that's what I do. Hey, Graphane, how you doing? Hit a log. Oh. Bacon on the hoof. Oof. Hit a hog. Oh, I think you said log. Hit a hog on the road. Wow. Not motorcycle. Well, one, glad you're okay. Don't be sorry for being late. Never helpful at all. From elitist myself, seeing all over Facebook. Yeah. It's like that. I had glass in my bed, never anything. But I'm thinking about getting a texture one. It's definitely better than glass. I love glass too. I've used it for years, but the PI is just, it's so much better. You gotta do it. Especially if you have a bed slinger, it saves a bunch of weight on the bed as well. So you have that going for it. But are you under the weather? Oh yeah, try some horse milk. Wait, is this a joke? Is this a joke? John, are you trolling me right now? I am under the weather. I can't tell if you're joking or not. You can buy a kit with a mag sheet. Yes. Nice. I love it. All right, let's get back to the machine. All right, so the first thing is, let me take off these things. Look, these even have little arrows on them. It's very helpful. I've never seen that on any other unboxing. What number machine is this? I think this might be 56. I think this might be 56. So that's new. That is new to me. Also, it is using the larger rails everywhere. which is nice. What are these called? 12s? MGM 12s, which is really nice. What's my Voron using? Yeah, the same. So it's essentially using a lot of similar hardware to my Trident. I see an LED bar right there in the front. Get that out of the way. Belts seem good. Yeah, belt tension seems good. Let's see how that all works. Oh, this one's a big boy for some reason. There's a chunky one right here. All right, so that should be it there. Yeah, that feels good. And then what was the one at the top? Something about Y or something? This all seems good to me. Nothing's in the way there. Maybe it was something up here. Nope, nothing is out of whack there. The bed clamp here. Oh, almost pulled that camera out. Hold on. Can you guys see this? Look at this nice nice bed contraption here. This is superb. Oh, okay, that's interesting too. Look at the way that this is shaped. Nice. So you don't lose, because this is out front here, you actually don't lose any bed surface due to the screws being in it. That's kind of cool. Like on the, well, pretty much any Creality machine, just as an example. So that's fun. Okay. So far it's making a quite an impression on me in terms of how the hardware is set up. Let's see, is this part all flat? Set to 115. All right, I'm gonna lay it on this side. I think it's all flat. Yeah, let's go underneath. Oh, I just noticed the PTFE tube. That's right here. Oh, I see. It goes on the outside here. And then, oh, okay, and then the holder will be here. But it goes into the, it goes inside of here, which, I don't know. I guess we'll find out. It's a problem on some machines and not on others. So we'll see how it is here. But let's flip her over. I like that it's all flat. This is the only thing that protrudes. So the motherboard is right here. We can see the goods. All right, let me put all this away, just so it's not in my way here. And we'll keep out just what we need. We need a different one here. Nice flat bottom. I wonder why the board has a like a phone cord jack. Obviously not an Ethernet cable, but a phone cord. Typically like a screen is used for that or something, but it's not, you know, it's not like that. X is just the rail. No, it has a metal beam on the bottom. Not an extrusion, but a beam. Yeah, we'll take a closer look at the tool head in a bit here. Let's see if I need to take the feet off as well, which is very possible. All right, I got this one jammed in there. Yep, okay, the feet do need to come off. Okay. All the way? Yep, all the way. All right, let's see what we got hiding underneath of here. I'm hoping Bamboo and Voron got together in a closet, made 2 trees. I mean, that's what this seems like, to be honest with you. That's honestly what this seems like to me. Okay. Oh, lost the screw. Oh, let me get that before it's perma-gone. Went underneath my V0. Oh, that's the longer one from the feet here. Why don't I put that off to the side? All right, let's see what we got. So this is not a, let's see what the brand is here. Kang Lang. I've actually heard of that before, to be honest. Nice fans over here. These are not going to be quiet. These are like the server style giant fans blowing right over this Two Trees T1 version 1 board. However, this is definitely an MKS board. This looks like the, what's it called? THR? No, what's it called? Skipper? Skipper. I think that's what this looks like. Grown Bamboo Creality toolhead. Yeah, this looks like the Skipper toolhead. I mean toolhead. There go words again. Board with their own branding, which is kind of interesting. Lots more ports available. Let's see what's on the bottom over here. TXRX. So this is using a CAN bus style. Let's see where this is going. That's going here. Where is this cable running to? That's going here. Okay, so that's going to the toolhead. Yeah, so toolhead is using, yep, TX1, RX1. So CAN bus going to the toolhead. And where is this going? To the screen or what? This one is going here. Yeah, okay, so both are using the same type of thing. I wonder what's back here then. I wonder. What do I need? What do I need? Let's get the other Hodo out. We're going dual Hodo tonight. What time we got? 10 o'clock. By the way, for those just jumping in, there is a pinned comment at the top for a giveaway of filament if you're planning on sticking out to the end. By 3D Max, it'll be a spool of PLA Plus. All you have to do is answer the question and be here for the drawing, and you have to be in the United States. Look at that little cutie. So that is also not branded as anything. Interesting. Makes me wonder. I can't see what the chip is. Alright, I'm unfamiliar with that. I'm unfamiliar with what the screen is. Alright, let's put that all back together. There's nothing that really sticks out to be bad here. Everything has ferrules where it needs to be. Yeah, I mean, this looks good. The only thing here I see is these 40 mil by super thick, what is it, 25 or something? These are like server style fans. I have a feeling these might get a little bit loud. I'm also noticing that this is a little bit loose. Is it loose or just the way the bracket is? No, these are super tight. So just the way the bracket is sitting. Let me see if I can break these screws. Yeah, that's all the way. That's super all the way tight. No, I'm gonna strip them if I go harder. Okay, so MKS components, that's good. That's a good thing. That means it's not some wacky proprietary thing. Although it doesn't openly say MKS. That's what it seems to be. Okay, okay, great. All right, let me throw these on right quick. And we will check out the tool head. And then we will power it on. And then we'll do a firmware update real quick. And then hopefully hopefully there's a Benchy on there. I don't know, we'll see. And obviously what I'll do is I will use it for several weeks, and then I'll make a video on it. I also have a ton of other machines all around me, behind me, that I also have to check out, including the K1C that I would just just picked up. And by picked up, I mean it was delivered. I wonder what we're gonna nitpick. I wonder we're gonna nitpick about on this machine. Because so far, I'm digging it. It was a good idea for them to put this on this side as well, because the spool is on this side, which means one side only has some protruding things on it and not several different sides. That's nice. It's also nice to see that they didn't put this holder on the back of the machine. That's fantastic. Take note, literally everyone else. Okay, nice. Very simple. Very simple so far. Let's get the screen on there. I like the way that the screen attaches, like I mentioned. All right, this guy. Bada bing. Ah, don't scratch it, dude. Okay. All right. Let's plug this thing in. Okay, let's try to bend it and then get it in there. Interesting. I need some, I need those tweezers. Oh, you guys can't see what I'm doing. My bad. My bad. Come on. This is a fun thing to plug in. There we go. There we go. Okay. And then this slides from the top down. Very nice. All right, let's do the peel. Oh yeah, note, front. Love it. All right, let's check this out. Let me catch up. I want to know if you can add a chamber heater. You can. There's several heater plugs still available, and it's running Clipper, so it would be pretty easy to buy one and add one, I would think. Skipper, yep, Skipper. That was the brand. I mean, the name. What are the motors on it? I don't know. I didn't look. I didn't look, but I doubt they're anything totally notable. Looks clean, yeah, so far. Dual Hodo sounds kinky. Those fans, the fans. I am hesitant to hear them. Horse milk. Look at ULGU. They have to take apart the screen, insert micro SD. Yeah, I mean, a lot of them do that. But I guess they're just doing it based on the boards that they can get, right? Oh yeah, these screwdrivers. I have a coupon code down below about them. I love this brand. It's called Hodo. They're very powerful. Even this little guy is extremely powerful for its size. I have several similar screwdrivers like this. This one blows them out of the water with the power. It has 2 power modes. The larger one here has 3. I have to use it on the smallest and it will still strip a screw. They last forever. They're just expensive. This one goes for sale. There's also a similar looking one to this, but keep in mind this one with a cylindrical container is the more powerful one with more battery power, more juice. They're pricey. They're pricey, but they're super high quality, and the brand is just killer to me. I also have their vac that I recently did a what's it called on a short video on, and I love it. Mail it to me. Maybe. You never know. At least that a port on the side. Yeah, they could, I mean, they could do like a little extension, you know? My fans don't jiggle, jiggle. They blow. I like to see them wiggle, wiggle. Nice one, Derek. I like it. People be doing double burner. Good. Any of those drivers take replaceable batteries? No. No, I don't think any of this is meant to be taken apart in any way. There's not a single external screw in any way. This thing is not for that type of thing at all. Yeah, I mean, this one has a pretty trick way it charges. It charges through the case. The case has a USB-C on the side here, and you charge it in this case that has a ton of everything on it, and magnetizers and demagnetizers, all sorts of spudgers, and it's wild. Like I said, pricey, but if you want the quality. Hey, Eric. All right, got the screen, got this on here. Let's check out the Toolhead before I start her up. We've seen everything else, we might as well. Here's a little, it's the perfect height to get this camera just over it. All right, so we have this little screw over here. Can you guys see that? This little guy. I'm guessing that's where the extruder is. Weird that this is Phillips. I'm not sure if I like that. That's kind of odd. Why do Phillips? I don't know. I guess they're guessing that no one's going in here. But we are. I mean, if the bottom is MKS, I'm guessing this is an MKS THR up here. Let's see what we got. Honestly, this should be quick release. Kind of like Chitty Tech does. You just pull it up and it comes off. I like the magnet idea on the Adventure. However, those magnets are too weak. The machine goes so fast, the magnets can actually pop off. All right, let's see what they have here. Okay, so I actually have to undo this screw. I'm guessing this is the extruder here. I mean, not the extruder, the lever. And this, can I take this out? No. Okay, the fan's coming with it. Come on out of here. You don't wanna? Let's see what's in the way. Okay, there's the wires in the way. All right, so this does not come off in the way that I originally thought it would. Let's try the back one. Another 4 screws. This one is also gonna be kind of strange. Here's the thing for if someone from the company watching. The problem I have with this kind of thing is I know you want this to be secure and all that, but listen, if a clog happens, which happens to anybody, I've been printing for years and years and I still have clogs here and there. you have to do all this, you know, and it's just, it can get discouraging almost immediately if you have to jump through hoops. Does this rear cover even come off like that? I might have to take the top off here. Listen, I'm getting in here. Okay, we're getting in there. Oh, we need a larger one. Let us use, I think it actually has them in there, to be honest with you. But yeah, I don't know how they come apart. I don't see a way. All right, let's see if that's what was holding us back. Yes. Did I miss one back here? No. Okay. We have the back one coming off, just needed some wiggling. There is a fan on the back. I'll show you guys in a second. Just want to get all this up. So what's holding this is the fan cable. I'm trying to like sneak it upward so I can slide it out of the way because it's zip tied very nicely on here actually. Okay, so can I get to this coupler? Can I get to this coupler? Is the question I have. Okay, I'm getting in there because I want everyone to see what's in there. So we're gonna undo this zip tie so I can get some space for the fan. And if I have to unplug it, I'll unplug it. Okay, can I see what's in there? Okay, I was right about the hot end. It's definitely a bamboo clone. Can I push this down enough to take this thing out of here? There we go. Here we go. All right, so there's a little window up here. There's a little window up here. It's just I'm like doing this in an awkward way so that you guys can have a camera here. In this little window, you would push down on this little coupler to release this. If I wasn't at this weird angle and I could be over the machine, I would have very easily done that. Okay, so let's take a look. One thing I like right away in comparison to the majority of other machines like this, filament sensor right here. That's fantastic. Close to the tool head, really, really short path right here. That's good for if you're doing multi-material later. And that's good for not having a bulky sensor somewhere in this area that makes it hard to load. That's very nice. So I definitely like that. This looks like a complete, you know, copy of the bamboo hot end. I'm not going to take it off. It is quite literally a clone of the bamboo hot end. It's ceramic. Let's take a look back here. So this one is going to be a little bit harder to show you. No, it's not. We're not hooked up in any way. Let me rotate this. And we will see what we got under here. All right, there's a little sneak peek right there. So there is the little board, really similar to the Chidi Tech, but this is, yeah, it's an MK, okay, it's an MKS THR board. Where does this thing focus? Focus right here. Focus right here, guy. There we go. It's a THR board. What I do like is it has another fan. It has a separate fan for the board, which half of the fan goes on the board and half of the fan goes on the extruder. That's fantastic. The leveling sensor is, what's that say? There's so many lights going directly into my eyeball. Let's get a light in there. I can't see the brand, but it's not a well, it's a proximity sensor. It's not a, you know, doesn't actually have like a probe. Yeah, so this is good. This is good. And there's some space available. What's that say? It says X. I don't know what that would be for, but that is something. Everything has a black glue on it so it doesn't just come off. Yeah, this is nice. It's a nice, tidy design. Like I said, I like the other side. I like the filament thing right there. Let me check. So all metal heat break. Now here we go. Let's flip this back so you guys can see the front again. It's a really heavy machine actually, because it is not some cheap steel on the outside. This thing is just a block of aluminum. This had to cost a fortune to make. So here we go. Yeah, so that's really nice. So you guys can see the hot end there. It uses quite literally the same cartridge. I mean, this is literally a clone. Like, this is a clone hot end, which means on Ali you can very easily get more of these things. You can get their nozzles, you can get their little covers. All of that is an exact clone. Okay, it is what it is. I don't necessarily like seeing that, but I know for a fact that they're extremely readily available, so that's that. Let me see if I can put the cover back on in the way that it was supposed to be put on. I'm actually not going to zip tie that back up. So I would put the cover on and then I would slide this down like that. Yeah, okay. That's how it's supposed to be done. Now let me see if I can pop that off with something and do it how it was intended. No, probably not from the way that I'm standing. I have to be like over it. I'm gonna replace these these little screws later with Allen keys. I don't know why they're not Allen keyed. It's kind of weird. Okay, yeah, the covers are actually nice once you get them off once, and now they come on and off easily. That's cool. Let's get this guy back on. Okay, nice. All right. Where to put the screwdriver? Over here. All right, let me see what you guys have been talking about this whole time. There appear to be mounting holes for an enclosure. Yes, they do. There is. Yeah, it looks like this is for a hinge. Nothing on this side. And there does appear to be 4 holes for everything. I'm going to mute because I'm sneezing. Ooh, yeah, I partly feel like I'm dying. I feel like I just broke a fever or something. We're going in by any means necessary. I'm going in. I like the linear rail, rather 2. It seems better. Also, for whoever asked, the top linear rail has a metal beam on the bottom. So it's not just the bare rail. Oh, this is like a wacky angle. Hold on, guys. There we go. That's probably better. Hammer and chisel. Cut a slot for the tube to slide out. Yeah. Why not? Just have this top, like, have this top just be cut, and it will just pop off. You're 100% right. Like, that would be better. Possible relativities increase the size of that print bed. Yeah, I think so as well. Greetings from Hong Kong. Hey, thank you. Size? Welcome. Welcome. Is it a bamboo clone or one of the AliEx clones with the neck screw as TH? No, it's AliExpress clone. No, it doesn't have neck screws. So, if anything, it's the older clone or a more appropriate clone from bamboo. By the way, it's huge since other companies make it. Yeah, there's a lot of them. Like I said, I both like to see it and not like to see it at the same time. I don't like the copycat thing, but at the same time, very readily available both for the beds and the head, and the fact that the Z's are separate. So far, so good. Watch those screws, yeah, I know. How is it meshing? I don't know yet. We'll see. Oh, inductive probe, yeah. Yeah, that was the question. No auxiliary fans? Nope, just the one fan. So on my Trident, I added a giant 120 on the side, and there's nothing stopping you from doing that here as well. So you could definitely add that later. Yeah. People aren't saying this is a bamboo clone, are they? I mean, F1, look at it. It is definitely a clone, but it has some genuine differences that I actually legitimately like, and that's cool. I do like the fact that it's open sourced in terms of Clipper. The fact that they didn't hide fluid from me. That's a weird thing to say. Out of context, that's not good. In context, totally fine. That's terrible. Oh man. Yeah, sorry for the sniffling, everybody. But it is what it is. Bamboo machines have 3 Z-rods and auto bed leveling. They do, but the bamboo machines don't have, I mean, they're belted on the bottom. And everyone else copied that. Every single machine is belted. Every single one. K1s, the Adventurer, everything else that looks like this does a belted Z. But this has separate Zs, like a Voron Trident. There's very clear benefits to that. It's essentially a way for automatic leveling in the sense of, you know how Enders used to have bed screws? This does it without bed screws. It does it on the actual 3-axis, which is the best way to level a bed. Well, tram, whatever. Tram level, you know. You know what it is, what it do, what it isn't. Okay, let's start it up. Let me put all this away real quick, just so I don't have a million things out. And then I will do the firmware update. We'll see how long that takes. And then hopefully there is a Benchy on there, and we'll go from there. All right, so let me get something for the bed. The legs are done. Oh wait, that's still over here somewhere. Yeah, the legs, my legs have finished printing, so we'll take that out. Why'd I throw that over there? Let's see. Maybe during the print. All right, I have to move this thing over some because my cord will probably not reach all the way over there. Let's see. Oh yeah, it'll just reach. I gotta move it all the way to the edge of the table. All right. Let's boot her. Let's boot her up. On. Oh, LED on right away. Big bright LED. Let's see what you guys are saying. Already split in two. Don't hide the fluids. I would say the Trident clone more than a bamboo clone. It looks similar, the mechanics are different. Yeah, right. It's people say a clone if it looks like it. I mean, you look at the picture right above me right now. What does that look like? That looks like a bamboo, and they won't get past that. Just like, you know, people buy cars based on the way that they look. That said something in Chinese. Oh, look at that. We're already on the screen with the graph already. That's another thing I'm bummed about, is the fact that it doesn't use Clipper screen with fluid. He's falling apart and hasn't finished printing his replacement yet. That's true. Yeah, you can see the parts up there. It's kind of weird. You see that? Don't forget to like the smash button. Yes, please. Elf Machines use. My eyes are burning. Trident's the best of Voron. So I think this machine is cool. Ocean Reborn 2 had 3 adjustable. Well, yeah, so the Reborn 2 is kind of like the first one, the Legacy. The first Voron that has 2. All right. The fans on the Toolhead are not bad. They're audible, but, you know. Here's the thing. This is running Clipper. 2 trees. There's no reason for these fans to be on. There's nothing being powered, nothing being printed. These fans should not be operating. They should only be on when they need to be on. Unless those actual plugs that they use for the fans are always on plugs, like they always get 24 volts, we will have control over that and should be able to change it. I'll look in the config a little later. All right, so what do you guys think? Yeah, let's get Wi-Fi. Can I click on the Wi-Fi? Yeah. All right, let me add my Wi-Fi in here and get an IP address. And we'll go from there. It just says connect button. I'm going to hit connect. Okay, password. Ooh, nice, super sturdy screen. Yep, that was easy. Okay, let's see. Is it connecting? Acquiring IP. It just says acquiring IP. There we go. We got it. What's the IP address? There's just a check mark above the Wi-Fi, so I'm just waiting for it to tell me an IP. You know, the firmware update is via USB, like a lot of other companies did. I kind of wish it was over the air, but then again, I think it's probably better like this for reasons. It still says acquiring. Should I click somewhere else maybe? Oh, no, we got one. Okay, it's 15. 15. All right. Let's go back home. Let's turn this around without ripping the cable out. There we go. All right, so let's get to it. Let's see what it looks like. 192. Whoops. 168. Should be 15. Let's see what we got. All right, fluid. First thing I'm going to do is go in here and change this to 2 trees, SK1, and that way I know what it is. Let's go back home. All right, so there's a camera installed, but doesn't show up. Weird that they have a camera on. Here, let's go turn that off. Because there is no camera. Well, actually, no, I'll just remove it. There's no camera. Is there a plug somewhere for a camera? No, but it is pretty easy to run wiring. So there's openings in the corners and a space to route wiring all the way up. That's great. This thing is, like, the body of this thing is sick. Like, I'm really impressed with the build of this machine. It is just a chunk of aluminum, all of it, everywhere. I like that. That's really impressive. Spaghetti and horse milk. Am I gonna have to make a horse milk shirt now? So it was spaghetti first. I made a shirt. Now it's horse milk. Hold on, man. Horse milk. Hold on, guys. Listen, I will make one if someone will buy it. Okay? Because if no one's gonna buy it, then it's no fun. But I'm gonna legit. I'm going. T-shirt designs. I'm writing it down. Horse milk. All right, I gotta think about something that involves. All right, it's on. We have it. I gotta think about something that involves, like, what's the graphic gonna be? We're gonna make horse milk. Oh my god. I would so rock for you. I'd buy two. If the horse looks like one from Ren and Stimpy. Ren and Stimpy! Wow. Horse chugging milk. That's unbelievable. Unbelievable. My streams are the best. Where else you guys getting this type of content? That's nowhere. Alright, let's see what they got going on in here. So this is a pretty basic so far. There's no files on here. I'm guessing they're on here. Wow, 800 millimeters per second, 20,000. That's crazy. Case light, boom. What's buy mean? Yo, what do you mean? Guy said, "B." What's going on here? Oh, it's a beeper. Sorry, I got here late. How are you coming rooting the K? That's a good question. I haven't talked to Destinal. But it you know. We'll get there. Sorry, JP, keeping you waiting. All right, let's see what the part fan sounds like, or let's hear rather. You guys aren't gonna hear because it's canceling. Okay, it's kind of loud. Fan 1, what's fan 1? And part fan 2? Okay, so it's definitely ready for more fans. They're just not there. I wonder if there's going to be another one of these machines. All right, so far so good. Let me take a peek at the config. Okay, looks like they've done stuff on the machine. There's plenty of these temporary configs here. It is an MKH THR board, MKS THR board. Let's take a look at the config. Okay. Yep, Z-tilt is set. It's pretty good. Pressure advance is set up. That's nice. All right, so we got, this is the fan, this is the main fan that's on the THR board. A generic fan is on PC9, another generic fan, PC12. So we're able to add these. Also, are the fans running on the bottom? They are, and they are not loud at all. I'm very surprised. I can actually hear the fans on the toolhead over the bottom fans, which is surprising. Sorry, hold on a second. Man, my buddy left his phone on his car today and lost it on a highway, and he went and found it apparently. It's broken, but he found it. Output pin B. That's hilarious. All right, so there's more fans. We'll have to check these out if we're able to modify these, because they're set up as generic fans, but they don't have to be. They can be temperature fans, and that's the beauty of Clipper. We can easily change that type of stuff. So here's the steppers are 2209s. Right, there's no, so it uses sensorless homing everywhere, so that's good. Cool. So far this is clean. I don't even see any Changlish in here. Like, this is clean so far. I really hope this thing works really well. There's an ADXL on the board, right, because it's THR. All right, we don't need to look at the rest unless there's more to look at here. So there's already a default mesh in there. For instance, there's already input shaping already in there. There's already a Z offset set. So this machine must have been tested to some degree. There's PID on the extruder and the bed. So they pre-configured this machine for somebody to be able to take this out and print right away. Huge respect. Thank you to Trees for doing that, especially on a Clipper machine where people get easily overwhelmed with this type of stuff. All right, I'm going to hit home all. Let it home all, and we'll check out the rest. Haven't tried horse milk yet. It's already having an impact on you. That's hilarious. I can't read the code. I'll try to translate. Yeah. I mean, I think that's gonna have to be it for now, at least for now. Otherwise, I would have seen something about it already, you know. Yeah, getting horse milk content. That's hilarious. Yes, it has an 80XL on the toolhead. Smash the buttons. He might make a horse milk t-shirt. Okay, why are we homing over there? Oh, it does Z-tilt right away, even when just homing. Oh yeah, look at that. Made it dance. You guys see that? So it already did it, and now it's going back in and checking. And it won't do it. They won't do it now. This is the check. Kind of cool. Yeah, I mean, that definitely will ensure. It said 3 retries in there. It doesn't need to do that. So what you can do, and the way I have it on my Trident, is you can have it do multiple retries if it's not within a limit. So they must not have the tolerance in there. It's still going. What can we see on the screen? So we got, is it one of those press what you see is what you get type scenarios? Yeah, fans, load and unload. This looks really similar to the Creality one. Like this section is almost exactly like the Creality one. This obviously not. That's unique. That's where the files are. Yeah, there's nothing on here. Okay, so there was things printed on this machine. One did not go so well. Screen brightness? Okay, cool. Screen 10 minutes? That's probably a lot. Let's do 5 minutes. Screen English, device self-test. Yeah, we'll do that in a second. Actually, I'm not going to do that in a second because we'll do an update. 11.9. I think I might have that. Oh yeah, 1.11.9. Okay, so we don't need to do an update because that's the one I already have. Oh yeah, so that's what you do. So they said that you put the file on here, you put it on the side of the machine here, and you go here and you hit version upgrade to do it. But it looks like we don't need to do anything. Firmware version 3.5. Yeah, this is just the typical stuff. It shows the memory here, which is nice. 2.2 out of 8 gigs. Okay. Export diary. Nice. Networking. Calibration. All right, so let's do all this stuff, right? Look at these icons. You know, why not use the standard ones? Why not use the standard? Can I click the bed? Yeah. Let's go 60. Let's go here. Let's go set this to 150. Let me grab some filament to use. Why don't we use this, actually? Because, as some of you guys know, I like to print a Benchy from every filament that I have, every new filament. And I don't have a Benchy of this filament yet, the skin tone filament from Creality. So let's use that. I have just a little bit left. So let's do that. I'm actually not going to do it all the way until the calibrations are done, but I want filament in the machine. Is that the filament sensor? Oh yeah, look at that. Okay. So the filament sensor gives you a beep and lights when the filament sensor is triggered. We learned, dear diary, we learned about male horse milk. That's the export. Jesus. Lactose intolerant. Woo. Hey, Patrick, long time no see, man. How you been? But can you live Z offset? I don't know. Usually that would change the screen when you're printing. Let's throw this USB in there. Let's see what's on there. While that's heating, USB. Oh, look at that. There was a little dot indicating that there's stuff here. System, SK1. Is there a file on here? Please be a file. No. Is there no file? I was so hoping there's something. Can I click the history? No. Alright, so we don't have anything to print on here. Which is a bummer. Let me see if I put this in my machine. Sometimes maybe there's one in like a folder structure or something. I was really hoping there would be one in there, honestly. Move the moron out the way. All right, let's see what we got. I actually don't even know what slicer to use with the machine. Yeah, that's disappointing, the USB part. That's definitely disappointing. Let's see, no name. Okay, there is Cura plugin, SK1 after service, SK1 G code. There's 3 items in here. Benchy, box 2. It's in a folder structure. Okay, 2 trees, if you're watching, don't put the files that are meant to be printed in a folder structure. Please. All right, USB. So they were in. Whoa. What? What is even happening now? So I can't even get to the folder structure. Oh boy. Oh, you know what I did? So I opened it on a Mac. Hold on. Let's go back. I opened this thing on a Mac, which puts in those dot files, and I did not clean them. We're just going to throw this thing for a whirl. I guarantee it. Hold on, I have to use an app for that. Because Macs. So the app is called... Where is it? Hard drive. Yeah, Blue Harvest. There we go. Blue Harvest. It's not been cleaned. Cleaned and inject. Okay, cleaned. Let's try again. I think this thing actually managed to freeze it. Because I clicked a million things. But yeah, usually on a lot of machines, those Mac files mess things up often. So we'll see what happens on this. Chad sauce. What are you guys talking about over there? Randy Stallion. And B. Amazing. Amazing. You can only get that here. So guys, it is about 11, which means there's an hour on our giveaway left. Right over here, let's see how many people are in. 38 folks. So really good chances of getting a spool. I see there's about 90 of you in here. If you guys are going to stay until the end, consider jumping in and getting yourself a potential free spool, as long as you're in the United States and you like PLA. All right, so we're back. Let's check this thing again. USB, SK1, SK1 G code. Oh, and we get previews. Cool. We're gonna do a Benchy. It says 18 minutes. First, hold on. Before I do that, let's go back. Wait, can I? Oh, my only options are to print or delete. Okay, we're gonna do print. The problem with that is I didn't do any of the calibrations or anything. Oh, here we go. Back. Yeah. Hold on. Before we do any of that, I want to do 60 on the bed, 150 here, and I want to do the calibrations. Calibrate the machine first. Give it a chance. Calibrate. Okay. Tilt tolerances, shape frequencies. It gives you all the things that you might need here. Let's do whatever the first thing is. Okay, so it's gonna do a Z tilt with heat. Luckily, I was gonna say that's why I preheated it, because I don't know, some companies don't make them preheat. Benchy. Calibrations are for suckers. Well, in their defense, the machine is calibrated according to the configuration, which, like I said, I think that's fantastic that they did that. Can't tell you how many of these I've unboxed and checked out that are not calibrated at all. He needs some milk. He needs some milk. Can the camera go square to the front of the machine? Sure. Here, let me move all of my belongings out the way. Nearly spilt my drink on my super cool, not koozies. Come on, words. I can never remember what these are called. Coasters. My super cool coaster. Oh, there you see the K1C over there lurking in the background. Is this what you're after right here? It's just not pretty, you know, like it's not like a good looking view. You don't see the cool machines in the background. Alright, so we got Z is done. What is this? This looks like Z offset. That's what this looks like. Yep, probe calibrate. Okay, let me get my probing paper. Probing paper. Crying over spilt milk. Come on, man. Z-Tilt is just as badass. I don't know why all the higher-end printers don't have this. That's one of my favorite parts about my Trident, honestly. I love that thing so much. It's definitely something that I enjoy. Reboot machine. I will later. So it homes in the back. That's kind of cool. Yeah, we see the drones. That's true. I am actually about to start a really cool drone build. It's not going to be on the channel because it's there's no real crossover there. There's some 3D printing for it, but it's definitely a really cool drone. And if it ends up doing what I think it's going to do, it's going to be my new favorite FPV drone. Quad gantry is cool to watch too. Yeah, that is true. I need an FPV to try. Until then, Mini 2 will have to do. Yeah, FPV is definitely extremely addicting. Like, it's extremely addicting. Alright, so I think it's done calibrating, and I think I can now move this. Am I moving it? Am I doing anything? Oh, I'm moving it down. Nope, that's moving. Okay, so it's doing it in the direction that it would actually be doing it in the. Sorry, was my head covering it? It's reversed the same that it would be in the actual front end of Clipper. For those that know, because you're moving the bed and not the head, it's reversed. Because you're reducing the Z, so you're actually doing it this way. So you're moving it down. Like, it's not actually moving the bed down. It's reducing the Z. All right, that's actually pretty good right there. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. Like, that's pretty good. All right, so how do I save this? I hit OK. Yep, save. Let's see how it tackles this. Because it should technically save this. It did it already? Wait, what? How could it have already done that? Also, more props. So for those of you that are following the channel, I just did a video on screens that have a third-party firmware on them like this, on machines that run Clipper, and the fact that they add Z offset right here. They add Z offset to the live screen. This did not. So right here, it probed and saved it to 0.79. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Why can't anyone else do that? That's awesome. Okay, that's a huge plus. That saves so many headaches. So on my Chitty machine, especially the older one, I don't use the screen at all. We don't touch the screen because we use, the Clipper front end for pretty much all of it, all of the machine stuff. And if you use the screen, it messes things up because it likes to do it separately. So you use one or the other. This one, you don't have to worry about it. It does not add its own values. This must not be a third-party firmware. This must be third-party graphics, which is different. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. All right, let's do the bed. I can't believe that it did a reboot already. Also, did I click that? There you go. I can't believe it did a reboot without the fans turning off, the light turning off, the screen turning off. But according to here, it did. That is cool. That is cool. So right now it's heating, so we can do a bed mesh. Also, sorry that bright light's back there. I can't really do anything about that. Does that help? Yeah, I can't really turn that. That's so that all this stuff is lit back here. I actually think RC planes are cooler than drones, especially flying in POV. Yes. So I love the control of drones, and you can, like, when you get attached to the drone in FPV, it's not like anything else. Like, you feel like it's you. Because you can stop, you can pull up, you can do all that stuff. And the plane's a little bit different. Like, it relies on forward momentum and forward motion in a way that drones don't. I guess if you start it with one or the other, you're going to kind of pivot in that direction. I found a perfectly laid first layer test full plate model serves a great manual as the offset. I agree. I said this in one of the other videos that I did. I think that more companies should have that as a first print. Yeah, look, it's telling me the tolerances. That's great, man. I like it. Yeah, the tolerance was good on the first probe of the with it heated, and it just went right into doing a bed mesh. Very promising machine. Very promising machine. How much is it currently? $4.99. With a 3% off coupon. Use the link down in the description, please. It uses strain gauge leveling? No. No, it has a inductive probe. But so does my Trident. I stuck with the Omron sensor and it has been absolutely flawless. I wouldn't change it for anything. Things that fly, the shells at 400. Yeah, at 400, yeah. I agree with that. So it's the same price as a K1 minus a sale. But a K1's enclosed. But this runs this has the Z tilt. And the K1s do have some issues here and there, but then the K1s have chambers. I mean, you could make one very easily here. You could probably even print one very easily here. But I don't know if that's not a selling point. Why not just have the panels? Why not? It wouldn't cost any extra to ship. They could just be paneled. Why not have panels? 2 trees. Why not have panels? Okay, so it did it already, and it's saving. Oh, let me go back. How is it doing that? Okay, I don't have anything. I don't have any machine, regardless if it's made by me or not, that can restart that fast with nothing else turning off. That also means that all of the fans are always on fans, which is kind of annoying. RC helicopters can also mow your lawn. Or if you do know how to fly them, specifically. Yeah, this is weird. That's odd. Yes. Yes, there are screw holes. They are not threaded. No, some are threaded. So there's 4. No, there's a bunch. There are. Yeah, there are. What about the top, though? The top kind of needs like a little dome because of the way that this thing is. This is actually a really tidy way to do the cable as well, to be honest with you. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like really nitpick so far, but obviously we haven't imprinted on it. Oh, the screen turns off, which is really nice. It doesn't just like dim or something. It just turns off, which is good. I always like that actually. All right, and what is this last thing? I'm guessing this is gonna be shaper. Yeah, cool. All right, last thing. Last thing, then I'll use the screen to do load filament, and then we will print that Benchy. My guess is they'll release a higher-end model that's fully enclosed. Yeah, I guess so too. And the front door will also be funny shaped because of the screen. No, the front door will miss the screen. The screen is slightly above this, and it looks like there's spaces for hinges to tuck under right here. Yeah, it looks like a great candidate. Listen, I'm gonna put this thing over here. I just don't like the fact that there's an ugly part of the room, and this looks more interesting. I will, when there's something printing, I will zoom in onto the screen. Yeah, like the light, the glare. All right, real quick, while it's doing this. Actually, let's see. Oh, here it goes. Look at that little graph. Yep, so it's doing the shaper. All right. I wanted to show you guys this. Of course, I dropped disc. Let's see, let's get this out of here. Oh, yeah. We got some hair. We got some hairy legs. Getting those little wisps on the K1 Max. They just come right off. They're not, it's not like stringing, it's like literally like little wisps. I had to do a filament swap because the spool almost ran out, and you can kind of see just a tiny line. But the quality so far has been great. Let's see where this goes. I wonder how I'm going to find which leg this one goes on to. Okay, so it's not this one. Oh, are these arms and not legs? Nope, wait. Oh, there it goes. Got it. Look at that. That's my calf right there, baby. Look at that. Boom. Look at that calf. What up? No, I'm making a 1-to-1 copy of this fella. What a ridiculous thing. All right, hold on. While I'm doing this, let me go to the screen here. That was a 10-hour print. Let's go to retract, and I want to show you how much filament is left on that spool. So, oh, I should have marked it probably. Yeah, I'll do that while it's still doing the other thing. Let's get a Sharpie. All right, so was it this guy? Let's see. It's hard to match up. Okay, so it's not this one. It's this. Yeah, it's got to be this. Right? Yep, right there. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll do this meets with this, and then I will write 1, 1. All right, there we go. So here's the system. Put the two arrows together, and that should be close enough to make your leg. Yep. Okay, good. Now let's see the second one. Yep, that one lines up right away, right here. Let's see, I'm just gonna make sure. Now I got my arms to print. Yep, right there. That's that. Okay, so let's do an arrow. We'll write 2, 2. All right, there we go. The legs are done. Next is arms. This is going to be a long project. I don't even know why I'm doing this. But it's going to be extremely fun to terrorize my entire family with that thing. That's really the reason. Can't wait. Hey, Zoomy, you gonna print the third leg too? Yes. Leg lamp. Calf envy? Oh, you have no idea, man. So I've been mountain biking for as long as I can remember. So I got a gut. I'm thick, but the calf. Here, ready? I can't see from there. I'll have to flex. I'll have to flex some other day. But yeah, the calf is it's legit. Any idea what AI tuning means? The SK1s. I mean, it's what they all are marketing. It does this. It uses Clipper to calculate the shaper. That's really what it is. I mean, it is AI. I still can't believe how fast this thing saves to config. It blows my mind. It's definitely the fastest to reboot machine that I have by a lot. Don't tell Zoomy about the horse milk. You enhance the size. Yes. Horse milk or whore's milk? Even better. We've been by. Oh. Oh my god. This is the best. This is the best. Unbelievable. If you animate that of yourself and then translate a copy to your mind to the animated clone of you, you'll both think you're the original and the other one's a clone. That's true. I need to know what horse milk is. Don't make me scroll back. Horse milk is was the suggestion for what I need to relieve of my cold, and it has turned into a whole thing. All right, everything has been calibrated, which is fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and preheat this the old school way, where I'm gonna do it like this. And then while the bed is preheating, let's go to, where is it? This? Yep. Load. That's the same as, this is very similar to Creality, just looks a little bit different. Preheat, I'm guessing we don't need 240, we can do 220. Let's do load. There we go, it's gonna heat it. And hopefully just load it. No, it's bed glue. Listen to Pearl Jam. Hey, Jerry's here. What's up, Jerry? Hey, nice. That's good. Yeah, man. So far, I'm so impressed with this machine. The build quality is amazing. The fact that the whole thing pretty much is... yeah, I mean, it's just taking filament. I love the filament sensor location. That's huge. I don't know of any other manufacturer that's making machines like this that put it there. That means they're closer to, well, I guess they don't have a cutter in there. But it's a bamboo hotend. That could be adapted. So, I don't know. There's just a lot to like. I love the separate motors. I love the construction. I have some questions. Also, I love that they did clipper correctly here. They did clipper correctly with the screen. It doesn't add stuff on top of clipper. It is clipper, which I really like. That means that this is a reskinned version of clipper screen instead of its own custom UI, which is also really, really good. I like that a lot. I love how fast it resaves. I don't even know. I don't even know of any other machine that can do it like that. That's unique to this. The question I have is, why does this not have panels? At least 3 of them. Even leave the top open. Just these panels would cost nothing. They wouldn't add any issues for shipping or packing. Just have the 3 panels. I think it would be... I think that would be amazing. It would be this nice in-between machine instead of competing with machines it doesn't need to compete with. Alright, so we loaded filament. It's heated up. Let's go back to that file. So USB. Yeah, the previews. I mean, come on. This is good. You know what? I'm going to hit calibrate. Can I hit that? Yeah, hit calibrate. Do the calibration. Print. Let's roll, baby. Okay, why doesn't that work? Print. Print. Back. What? Did I speak too soon? Is a G-code file? G-code file. Print. Alright, let's turn off calibrate. Why can't I print this? Why not? Can I get to that file from here somewhere? U-disk. Oops, I went too fast. Hold on, let's I'm getting this thing going. You guys ain't stopping me. G-code, Benchy, print. Okay, looks like I can do it not via the screen. File selected. File opened. I mean, according to this thing, it's printing. Alright, so here's the quirks, guys. Here's the quirks. You're seeing them. Whoops. Yeah, I mean, it's heating here. And it's homing now. Okay, so that's odd. I'm also noticing that there's no live anything on here, so you're going to be using fluid, which I personally prefer. Especially knowing that the Z offset is not added. The Z offset is on there, which I really like. That's odd, though. That's odd. I would have expected a different way for that to function. So, you know, has its quirks. Let's see what you guys have been saying. Dude, you will love this thing. I know you already told me this, but it's the best out of the box experience. Nice. That's cool. That's strong. That is very strong wording. 61 dB printing volume, peaking at 67. That's not bad. It came with free snips. It did. It pee-pooed the bed. But can you adjust cam angle too a bit toward the printer? Oh, we're already going. Whoa. All right, we're cooking. Try not to get that light in there. All right. Well, all right, that Z offset needs to come down a bit. Let's lower it a bit. If this Benchy pops off the bed, it's because the Z offset needed to go lower a bit. Wow, I mean, that thing is... See ya! Gotta get the name in there, right? Nah. The enclosure panels are planned out to be released in January, this month or February, unless they're delayed. Oh, really? Okay, that's good to know. I think early on, when I first had the very first communication with them, they said something about it that it wasn't going to happen. I don't know what it was. Baseball bat. 2 Trees finally making a good printer. I just got here. So far, I'm really enjoying it. So far, we've only had a few quirks. One of them was that you couldn't start the print from the screen. But that, to me, personally, doesn't actually matter, because I would use, like, I wouldn't use the screen for that, ever. Because I'm in the slicer, which will always communicate with fluid, which means I'm starting prints from the slicer. I'm never doing that from the screen. The screen is only in really occasional use. Like, my workflow on an everyday print is I open my fluid front end, or through the slicer. I preheat the machine. While it's preheating, I do, I find the file that I want. I go ahead and do the slicer settings. And then when it's preheated, I hit print. And then I walk up to the machine. So very rarely am I ever using the screen for this type of stuff. And that's my everyday, thing that I do multiple times a day, every single day. So it is what it is. So he'll behave. That LED is very bright. You see how blown out everything got? Yeah, the printer is definitely cooking. That thing is... it's flying. I wonder if there's a way to boot the screen up a Clipper screen instead of their stuff. I had it working on my Neptune 4 until I had the reset. Yeah, I think that might be the case. It depends on how it's hooked up. I think it's using non-USB, which is always good. If it was using USB, like the Chitty machines, that means you can't flash it with Clipper, Clipper Screen. This you might be able to. I was not told the price though. Okay. Chance of failure grows each second. I don't know, man. I'm digging a lot about this machine. I like the regular components. There's some little quirks on the toolhead as well, like the covers themselves. Like why not have that slit so you can just pop the cover off? Why use Phillips screws on the toolhead? That's also a little bit awkward. But that's all super minor. That's like, you're gonna really have to nitpick. By the way, if you got the same firmware I did pre-install and needed to reflash it, it had a bug. Not even including screen quirks in that concept because the update pretty much fixed everything. So they did tell me to do an update, but the update that I was sent was the same number as what's on my machine. It was, I can tell you right now, it was 1.11.9. If you have the machine next to you, if you could check for me, that would be awesome. But that's what it was. So it's loaded with the same firmware as I got. It does seem like the whole machine vibrates a lot. I mean, look at how fast it's going. There's no vibration. My table, if anything, is vibrating. How's this thing is rock solid, guys. How can I prove this to you? I mean, it's moving my entire table. My laptop is going wild. And this is a very robust table. But that's not the machine. The machine is insane sturdy. These are single-piece extrusions. Unlike a steel thin frame with aluminum around it. This is a giant chunk of aluminum. This is a giant chunk of aluminum. Yeah, this thing is hefty. It's not making any funky sounds. There's no jittering anywhere. It's just printing. Yeah, I mean, I wonder why, like, they could have made another bracket right here and another one on the bottom and had another rail here pretty easily. I wonder why they omitted it. Obviously, everyone's trying to cut costs everywhere. I wonder, I mean, I don't think it's going to play a single role at all, but it's definitely interesting that there isn't, you know, the fact that there isn't a, what's it called, a rail back there. Yeah, hard to believe that this is going to be an 18-minute Benchy and not something faster. Does it have a steel nozzle? It has a black nozzle, which I'm assuming is steel and not coated in something. I don't know. Let's see if what their marketing says. They did include another nozzle. So they made some really interesting decisions here that are pretty unique. And unique not in a way that they are unique, but the decision to use it is unique. For example, 256 by 256 by 256 bed. Obviously directly from the bamboo machines, and I'm guessing the decision there was these are going to be so readily available, the build plates from AliExpress. This is obviously unique, directly from a Voron Trident. The other thing is the hot end. So, extruder so far, I got nothing against it. So this uses quite literally a direct clone of a Bamboo Lab hot end, which means you can use all of the aftermarket bamboo hot ends, which there's a ton now, both branded and not branded. It uses bamboo nozzles, bamboo heater, etc., etc. It uses Clipper fluid. You can get the files right here. It comes pre-tuned. which is just cool. I'm a bit surprised that it doesn't have a few panels. I'm a bit surprised by the screw choice on the tool head and the fact that I couldn't get that print started from the screen. I don't think this is an improvement over Clipper screen, and I would say that if it's possible to get Clipper screen on here, I personally would, and maybe even they should. I know they're trying to make like their own brand. Oh, let me try to turn down the exposure. I know it's going to be dark, but that LED light is so bright. There we go, and I'll do this. The Z offset was a bit off, so don't mind that little lip. That's on me because it's not automatic. Let's see. Yeah, Phillips screw makes me angry. Yeah, I'm gonna swap them out, but that's weird that that's a thing. No, it's super stable, super stable. Might be able to load Guppy screen. Maybe I'll have to dig around. Actually packed up my SK1 already because we moved to a new studio in 3 weeks. Nice, congrats on your studio. Actually, although the 9.9 for some sounds familiar, what I needed to upgrade to. Yeah, okay. So for some reason, my machine had a newer firmware on it. Do your viewers give feedback? Yeah, I mean, I do 100%. I will definitely send them emails whether they like it or not. But what I also do is I tend to make a video on it first so that both you guys and they get the same review. And then we go back and forth and talk about it. It is much higher quality than X1C, but X1C is prettier. Interesting. I don't have an X1C or a P1S or a P1P, so I can't say. But I'm very impressed with the build quality. It's like, I think it might even be funny to put it next to the Adventurer 5M because they look so similar at first glance. But that machine, even though I do like that machine, this is a tin can in comparison to this. This is like, I don't know, like this makes my Trident feel plastic in terms of build quality. I'm not talking about anything else. But like the fact that this is all a solid aluminum chunk and not even two pieces kind of boggles my mind a bit. That's nice. I like that a lot. It's built like a Reborn 2. No. A Reborn 2 is also, I mean, it's just thin extrusions on the ends, and it's massive. This is way more robust than the Reborn 2. The Reborn 2 has size for it. It's massive. And it doesn't have any, like, special pieces to it. This definitely has many more special pieces to it. But it's definitely significantly better equipped. You have to kind of make the Reborn 2 into this in a way. But the Reborn 2 does have two individual Z screws, which is also nice. Hey, Veda, did you open the base? I did. What did you think? It looked good to me, but I messed it up. Yeah, so it uses general MKS components, but it's a skipper board, but it's rebranded. Which means they make them for them specifically, which is good. It uses a THR board on the toolhead, which is great. Yeah, it's solid. Price, it is $4.99 with a 3% off coupon that's down below if you use the link. Printers, all the good stuff and not unnecessary stuff. I'd bought a Reborn 2. I'd be looking at this. The Reborn 2, I think, is a different market. This is one of those machines where you don't need to do anything or tinker with. I guess you can because of Clipper. But the Reborn 2 is like, it's like a project, essentially. It's a working project. It's like buying a car that you would tend to swap but it runs. It's like a running car. Everything's cool. You can use it right away. But then you intend to swap it or mod it. That's the Reborn 2. I think it's different. This already comes like this. Fast sprint is move a lot. I had Ender 3 V2 and upgraded to Ender 3 V3 KE and the screw my table wall. Yep, I did that as well. The other table that I had, this is a moving table, but that one was bolted to the wall. Yep. Yeah, they all kind of tend to say that. Milk out. Yeah, I mean this thing is not, it's vibrating everything, but it's very, very stable. Now I have to sell the Reborn. No, I don't think so. I think it's different. I think it's pretty different. Imagine if they made, yes, that would be different. If this was a larger bed, I think this would be a totally different conversation. It's faster than my Ender 3. Yes. Yes, definitely. Definitely is. But I didn't spend a lot of money on my War on 2.4K. I mean, that's also a different thing. Like, the fact that you're building it. I mean, I would take the 2.4 over this. Definitely. No questions asked. Are the fans keeping up? I'll show you the Benchy close up. But look at the arches. It's not the quietest machine in the world. I mean, you can hear the movement. It's not set up in stealth chop, which means they have it set up to have max power to the steppers. It's just a matter of setup. You can easily set this up a little bit slower, a little bit less precise, but silent if you wanted to. These are using standard 2209s. There's nothing stopping you from making this thing completely silent. So I can definitely hear it. I can hear the fans. I can hear this thing working. But it's still quieter than the K-series machines behind me. Those things are loud in comparison. K1 price, which would you... That's a good question. So I think the K1 wins because it's enclosed. To me, I print a bunch of ABS, ASA. I want enclosed machines. When I made my own machines, the V0 and the Trident, they're enclosed. I want them to be enclosed. And I set them both up with auxiliary fans and filtration systems so that I can use them enclosed. I do think going forward, machines need to be enclosed, especially once more and more of this information comes out about what we're actually breathing in with all these machines here melting plastic. I think machines need to be enclosed because we're melting plastic in our rooms next to our lungs. So if it was me and my money, until there's an enclosure kit, this is going to have that weakness. So if they're exactly the same price, I think the K1 benefits from the enclosure greatly. There's a lot of like this. Now, if the K1 was still closed source for some reason, and I couldn't get to, the fluid front end or anything like that, we wouldn't even be having this conversation. But there's nothing stopping you from enclosing this as well. So I think this is a special machine, especially because if you go into any of the K1 groups, people are really not liking the fact that their beds aren't adjustable, and people are making shims and making all kinds of fuss about the belted Z. That's a massive, massive improvement over other machines here. K1 Max is super loud. Yeah, it's super loud. How would you compare the print quality? I mean, I don't know yet because the Benchy's right there. The print quality on the 5M Pro is really good. It just is, Steve. This looks exceptional. The major flaw with the Adventurer series of machines is the fact that they are using Clipper, which is an open source firmware. They stood on the shoulders of Clipper, And in the licensing for Clipper, if you use it at all, you have to release it. You have to release your version to the public as open source. If they're using Clipper, you can go into their firmware and find Clipper in there, and they are not releasing it as open source. So this could be the best machine in the world, but it's always going to, you know, have a sour taste in my mouth because of that. Now, when these two, the Creality machines, were released, they also used Clipper. They didn't hide it. They were like, Clipper, Clipper, Clipper. They also didn't release the source code, but now they did. They were working out some kind of issues. They were working on their fork of it, and now it's released. So that is correct. Should they have done it earlier? Yes, they should have done it when they made money from it. But these guys are making money from open firmware, open source firmware, without giving back. And I personally do not like that. And, you know, it doesn't matter to most people? Probably not. But to me, it does. I don't like that. So that's why I don't go boasting about it, even though I do legitimately think that the 5M and the 5M Pro are good machines. All right? That's the monologue there. Aftermarket enclosures are expensive. Not for this. This is just flat corner panels. You could cut this yourself. You could get this cut somewhere very easily. Now, the trick here is going to be the top panel because of the cabling up there. We're obviously, you know, Jerry from Print House just said that they're going to have their enclosure. I want to know how much it costs. No, the K1 and K1 Max are far louder. Like, they are far louder than this machine. K1 has too many things you need to buy to add on. The K1 Max has it all. Oh, you mean like camera and all that stuff? I mean, this doesn't have cameras or filtrations or anything. The K1 at least does, and mine has a camera. I'm trying to think, because I got one of those like things where you got it later with the fixed extruder, because mine was the early model with the broken extruder. Was the time? Okay, we'll see. We'll see the time in a second. Sour horse milk. Yes, yes, it is. In fact, Clipper runs on Linux. That's kind of the point, really. All right, let's see what the time was. Where is the info from the print? Whoops. Usually it's up here. It's kind of interesting that it didn't. It should be a history. Wow, the machine already has 4 hours printed on it. Holy moly, there's a lot of tests that they run on this thing. Look at that. So yeah, it printed in 19 minutes. Don't forget, it starts the counting down while it's doing all of its calibrations and whatnot. So yeah, 19 minutes. Total time, 13 hours. Total print time, 4 hours. Wow. Longest job, 4 hours. They printed a 4-hour thing on this machine? Wow. Where? Wait. I wonder if this machine, I wonder if the way they test this machine is by printing the covers that they hold everything on, because it did have black filament in it. I wonder if that's one of their tests that they do. That would be really cool, actually. I wish I could read Chinese so I can like see what this says. That's impressive. Clipperizing my Aries, nice. That'll be fun. Fun little project. Fire Adventure is working well. I've done it. Yeah, I mean, it works really well. I use mine too. Like I said, I think it's a great machine. That company move rubs me the wrong way because they're making money from an open source project and ignoring its license. Like they're blatantly breaking the license on purpose. I just don't like that. I gotta go. Thanks, man. And thanks for popping in here. Maybe you should put your chat to live and not top chat. What do you mean? It is set it to live, unless I'm missing something. Top chat, what's the difference? Oh, up here? I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that was a thing, to be honest with you. My bad. On my side, where I see all the chat like large so I can read it with my squinty eyes, on my end, it comes in as it should. My bad. It's very possible. It's very possible. The box. Examine Benchy. I will. Copy paste in the Google Translate. I will. Too bad license violations can't break those machines, right? Oh, okay. All right. Okay. First thing first. There's 15 minutes left, a little bit less in the giveaway. 13 minutes left in our giveaway. So for those that are sticking around for another, 13, 15, 20 minutes, and you'd like a chance to win filament, there's only 52 entries, so good chance to win a spool if you're in the U.S. Benchy's really clean. All right, let's check out the Benchy. Looks like the bed should be cool. Yep, pops right off. Like I said, the bottom is gonna be junky because I had the Z offset wrong. Actually, hold on. Before we check that out, see how it added? If you guys remember the last video I did, see how this is here? So if I click save right here, and this thing does a save and restart, which is mind-boggling how fast it does this. There we go. When it resets, the screen shouldn't add it again, and it does not. This is the proper way to do it on Clipper. I will always give kudos to that. And now when we go in here, that setting on the very bottom where Z offset was, what was it before? It was 719. There you go. It works. Like that's how it should be done. That's proper. That is a proper Clipper configured machine out of the box. That gets very high ranked from me personally. All right, let's check this Benchy out. How can I mess this lighting so that? Oh, let's turn on this thing again. Is that better or worse? All right, so one thing, don't mind the bottom because, like I said, I messed that up. All right, let's take a look at this Benchy. Overhang. 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 The tops. There is a little bit of a hole right here. So it might have been a little bit hot right there. Or just the lack of infill. Is the hole round? Pretty round. Is the hole square? Pretty square. These edges crisp. No nonsense there. Can we see the back at all? Let's see. I mean, I can't read it from here, but not bad. This hole's pretty good. Let's see this little guy. That's pretty good. So overall, really great Benchy. You guys are seeing it with an LED bar right here. So here, let me give you a more realistic view of the Benchy. So right now there's overhead LED lights. See, that's the problem. Is it's really hard to show this because of how harsh the lighting is here. But maybe if I tune it like this, you guys will see. Because it looks much better in real life than through the camera. Pretty good for a Benchy. I will not say that there's any problems here, really. That hole, I think it's due to really low infill, honestly. Because it's not all over the place. It's inconsistent. Yep. All right. I will obviously print significantly more on this machine before I make any kind of actual judgment call about it. Yeah, I mean, in person, this looks great. The one thing that's noticeable, whoops, this camera. One thing that's noticeable is there isn't that texture that happens like on the K1 machines, for example. There's like a texture that happens on the upper half here. You can see the distinct line, which all fast machines tend to have. But then this isn't different, which is nice. Yeah, I mean, look at this overhang right here. The bridging. So it is what it is. You guys can make the final decision there. But because I ended up moving it. I moved it. I moved the bed up. I made the gap less. It's negative, so I made it 10 less. Because I used these arrows right here to make the gap less during the print. This is a live Z adjust. And then afterwards, you can hit this little save or type in save config, and it saves it. So you can actually see that right here. This was the adjustment I made by clicking this button. So, right. Any VFA? No, nothing from that, but that wouldn't be a good test for VFAs. Old man, if you have any kind of flat spot to test, like a cube would have been slightly better. Let's go back to the USB. 10 minutes. Let's do this. Let me see if it will let me print from here. And was that just a quirk? No, I cannot print. I mean, that's obviously an issue. So let's print the cube from here, because you can get to all those files from here. So it's box 1. Let's go ahead and hit print. And let's go ahead and print that box. Why not? This might give you a better idea at the VFAs. Not the best color, yeah, I know. I do need this Benchy though for the wall, and it is much more cream in person than it is on camera. I guess that's how you know you have made it as a 3D print content creator. Printer companies send you ringers. You know what? You know what? Here's the thing. I've made products myself. I still make products myself. If I'm sending stuff to reviews for reviewers, it better be the best stuff. You want to be in the best light. Like, that's as a person that would make my own product. As someone that reviews it, would it be better to get a machine from the store, you know, or to buy it myself to review? Probably. Do I know, or do we know, that they all don't print their own stuff, kind of like Prusa's do? No. F1, think about Prusa's. Your Prusa, I don't know if you have one or not. If you have a Prusa, that machine printed a bunch of stuff before. They even give you specs about what it's done. And they use those parts too. And that's just a great way to test the machine before it comes out. I have no way to know if they cherry pick this machine or not. Is this a production ready SK1? Yes. Nice. I should have known. Alright, now put that Benchy in a spot where I need it. So what's it doing? It's heating the bed. Yeah, I'm trying to. And if for some reason I find out, you know damn well it's going in the cons section, right? Yeah, there's a lot of pros. The cons I think I've repeated them already. Strange Phillips screws on the tool head. The tool head covers are kind of tough to take off. The screen is using, third party instead of clipper screen. And the fact that I can't start a print from the screen What else is negative? It's you have to like really look for it. I guess it would be nice to have panels or auto Z offset. Maybe this price is, you're a bit asking too much maybe at this price, or maybe not. But there's so many benefits. The chassis alone is nuts. The fact that it's not using proprietary stuff, nuts. It's fast. So as you can see, it's leveling the entire bed. I'm going to install camp because it uses an SKR board, which means you can SSH into it using what, MKS, and what's the password for MKS? It should be standard. So you should just install camp and have it only do the bed leveling on the part that you need to print. Right now we're going to print the tiny little cube, but it's spending all this time. It's leaving little dookies for me. Yeah, too early to 100% tell, but so far I really like it. It's beating the bed. It is. The other negative parts are also positive, which I hate talking about. But I don't like that they copied the bed size and the hot end directly, like cloned directly. However, because of that, and knowing the giant monster aftermarket that it is, you can very easily upgrade this hot end, replace this hot end, even get Revo hot end parts or BQ hot end parts because they make stuff too. You can get any print bed that you want with any surface that you want because AliExpress is flooded, for example, with awesome beds in this size. So that's a double-edged sword there. It saves, the save thing is boggling my mind. God, the pain minutes, oh man. So is it induction? No, it's induction. It's not nozzle probing. Alright, let me see how this the offset is. Yeah, it's still a little high. Let's lower it some more. So we need to lessen it. Let's see. Yeah, just a hair more. A little more. A little more. There we go, that's better. There's also some like dirty stuff coming from this filament. I can see it on the, I can see it in the spool, little black specks. Look at those little poops. Can you upgrade Cheaty X Plus 3 hot end, or is it not even worth it? The X Plus 3 hot end is pretty damn good. You can put a what's it called, Cheaty Tech clone on there, I think. I have some of those hot ends. So this hot end, there we go. As you can tell, Cheaty Tech did a very similar thing. Here, I'll just do it this way. Where they just cloned this hot end, except they made some differences here. They have 3 points holding it here. They made this little recess right there. Otherwise, they have a cylindrical heater instead of one of those elongated ones like they use here. So you could technically, I think, swap them. I'm not sure what the hole spacing is, but I wouldn't swap this. Their hot ends are great. I've actually really enjoyed their hot ends. That's actually another contact that I lost I can't seem to get in contact with Chitty Tech at all. If anyone has talked to them recently, both of my contacts that I have not replied to me in months. So if anybody is exchanging any emails with them and you would love to do me a favor for some reason, please mention that 3D Print SOS has tried to get in contact but hasn't been able to get a hold of anybody. I would love to chat with them. Oh, man. Nothing happened. It printed fantastically. Yeah, that's right. How many printers do you have? With all the review printers, you must be... I've reviewed about 56 machines, and I've had, you know, duplicates of many machines as well. So there's been a lot going through here. I either donate them or I sell them for extremely low price to my Discord followers. You know, I've done both, sold and also reviewed. I tend to keep machines for a little while, sometimes months, to test them, even after reviews. If they're relevant or I really enjoy them, I keep them. If I don't, or I have no use for them, or there's new machines pushing the other ones out, this kind of just keeps flowing through here. So yeah, I don't have a big enough space to be able to keep them all, but that is what it is. Could you buy the hot end from Bamboo or Chitty, etc., and retrofit it to another printer? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it was. I just think that there's a turnaround at those companies. So if I had like individuals talking to me specifically, they probably don't even work there anymore. That happens a lot, like a lot. Man, that sounds horrible, Zumi. It's from one thing to another. I was just so sick, and now I'm sick again. By the way, it looks like the giveaway has ended, according to my phone. So let's, what I like to do is I like to finish whatever we're doing and then do the giveaway. So if you guys don't mind, let's wait a couple more minutes. Let's see what we're into. So there's 5 minutes left in the print. Let's wait the 5 minutes and do it. Yeah, I can imagine. Who's the winner? You know what? 5 minutes is probably long enough. It's 50% exactly. Why don't we do the giveaway in that case? How's the volume compared to the K1 Max? If you weren't running the auxiliary fan, I would say this is about the same. Obviously, the panels help you know, coat the noise. This is open, but without the fan, this is quieter. The other thing is you can make this quieter by running Stealth Chop. It would make this a little slower and less precise, but you could set it up that way if you really wanted to. I personally wouldn't. I mean, it's audible. It's very audible. I can hear both the fans and the movement speed, but the K1 is still louder. The Benchy is really good. Yeah, let me get it back. Yeah, the Benchy is really good. It's an impressive Benchy. Just USA. Yeah, US only. All right, let's get to this. Let's get to this giveaway real quick. So I got to go to my other screen for that. Let's go to winners. We're going to do a draw, a winner. We're going to do one, draw. Remember, you have to be present for this. Okay, this winner is not in the US, so unfortunately you are not a winner. I have to redraw. Let's see, how do I do that from this screen? Oh, here we go. Repick win. Repick. You have to be in the United States, guys. I'm sorry. All right, are you in the... Yes, okay, this person is in the United States. Announce with avatar. There we go. Congratulations to April A. April A. Winner gets horse milk. That's actually the color of this filament. It's horse milk. Hey, there it is. April, congratulations. Rigged. Congratulations on your win. April, here's what you need to do. April, listen up. My camera, hold on. April, here's what you need to do. Go to the 3D Max website. You can use the link down below. Find one of their PLA Plus filaments that you would like. It has to be in stock. And then you have to email me that choice and your address to Fedor, Fedor, at 3dprintsos.com. Okay? So my name, Fedor, Fedor, at 3dprintsos.com. And email me your address, your shipping address, and your choice of PLA Plus that's in stock. All right? And I will forward that over to 3D Max, and they will ship it. Most of the time, it takes them about 2 weeks, sometimes 3 weeks to ship, and it comes from Florida, so it'll take a little bit. But you will get the thing that you choose. Okay? So just let me know. And the reason why it takes long is they like to couple these winners, 2 or 3 of them at a time. So sometimes when I have a bunch of streams, they get faster. Sometimes it takes me 2 or 3 weeks to get a few, and they're not going to ship individuals for free. They ship them combined, to separate locations. So just keep that in mind. But congratulations, and I hope you enjoy your roll of filament. So just shoot me that at some point. Buzzbird, it was someone from Japan. Was that you? Because if that was you, for next time, don't have that address there. I knew you moved away. I never saw it after the first 719. Y'all are running it with a piece of... Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, I moved it closer. It's negative, so if the space is more negative, it's closer. Nice. The Trident, you want that one, huh? You can win multiple times in a row. If you're here, present, you entered the contest, I don't mind if it's a repeat. You're literally supporting me by being here. No. Don't start that. Hey, FDM junkies. Saw a post from FlashForge. They are basically cloning Orca Slicer, Orca FlashForge. What a pity. Oh my gosh. Are they really? That's depressing to hear. So I messaged them. My first message almost instantly was, hey, this is using Clipper. Are you guys, when are you planning on opening, when are you planning on open sourcing this firmware? And they quite literally replied as, we have no intention right now to open source our firmware. And it's not their firmware. They started with Clipper, it uses Clipper. They might have changed things, but that still blatantly breaks the law. Mind you, they're in China. So it doesn't apply in the same way over there. I agree. I received a short order 3D. Nice. Perfect. Love it. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate you telling me as well. Thank you very much for letting me know. Like I said in the beginning about the shirts, let me touch on that real quick again, just in case, because people rotate. I had an issue with my speed shirt. Some of the graphics were blown out in a way that I personally really didn't like. I complained to them because the preview did not show how it came out. It's not even close. So I went in and redid the art on both the blob shirt and on the speed Benchy shirt to reduce any kind of blur at all. So it's going to be super crisp. But if you have ordered one and got one of these and you're unhappy, please message them and get either a replacement or a refund for that. And I sincerely apologize for that. But like I said, the preview is this. This is the same preview that I am getting. So unless your shirt doesn't look, if it doesn't look like this, obviously if you're happy with it, that's fine. If you're not happy with it, please use the systems in place to get the newer one, because these newer ones are not like that. And I only got them today to even get it in my hands. So the rest of the shirts like this, where there's no blur, I'm very happy with. But that was just the thing that there was no way for me to know without getting it, and I just got it. Okay, so just being open and honest about it. If it's my fault, I sincerely apologize. I would never do anything like that on purpose. But the previews that I was sent, where you see what it looks like before you approve it, they looked like this. So, it is what it is. Otherwise, I'm very happy with the store. I'm very happy with all of it. So, and I appreciate all of you guys. I still haven't gotten these two yet, but I will. I'm really looking forward to that as well. So far, everything else feels and looks good. And I have more on the way. I have 2 more designs that I'm working on right now actively. China observes no individual corporate ownership of intellectual property. Right. That's the problem. I mean, they're definitely not going to win over any of us. That's for sure. A cup of horse milk. I guess a mug is in order. Yeah. All right, let's check this thing out. Got my mug on Friday. It's a nice mug. Nice. Yeah, the mugs are good. I saw the mug. 3 new designs. Right, now it's going to be 3. All right, let's check out this cube. It doesn't have labels on, so let's check the side. So no problem with the top. That's why I think that this was just an isolated issue, because the rest is fine. Okay, the top looks really good. Let me try to get an angle. So let me turn that up just a bit. I turned the light down, obviously, because it was too blown out. But let me see if we can turn it up a little bit so you can actually see anything. There we go. That's a little better. All right, so the top is pretty spot on. Let's check the sides. There's no ringing at all. That's the smoothest side. That's smoothest 3D print that you could probably get. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. This is the roughest side right here. Can you guys see anything? Because I can't even see anything. The bottom is the bottom. Don't worry about the bottom. That's just Z offset. Let's see the sides. There is a tiny bit of a bulge. So maybe the pressure advance can be better just a little bit. And that would also help this as well. You to be able to read that. But man, I don't know. Obviously it's just a cube. But I see no ringing, no VFA, nothing. Can I get even closer? Will it focus? Yeah, I mean, I can see my thumbs pretty good. Look at my skin, looking all old. Well, obviously there are just 2 tiny test prints. Very hard to judge an entire printer just based on that. Obviously, I'm going to be printing all kinds of stuff with it. Come on, man. Oh, calipers? Yeah, sure. Let's zero them out. Okay, let's do the sides. 25, so it's a 25 millimeter cube? 25.5. This is what? Okay, this is the opposite side. 25.6. And let's go top and bottom. 25.66. So the top and bottom and the sides are identical. One of the sides was a hair smaller. So it's over extruding by just a bit. Or it's bulging just a bit. Oh, sorry. Was that not in the whole time? Here's one side. Here's the other side. Here's the top and bottom. So up to you. You guys can decide just rotating the top and bottom because the bulges change the reading. So there you go. You guys can make that decision. I actually almost never nitpick the cubes if they're not absolutely on point. I don't think I've ever actually done it ever on a machine because that's not my end result. I'm almost never doing anything that needs that level of precision. The level of precision I'm looking for is, for example, my seat cars or the plane that we're building. I want those type of parts to fit together to fit well and good enough to function. That level, this isn't the CNC, you know what I mean? It's melted plastic. So that's to each their own. You know, it is what it is, but it's pretty clean. If the product breaks copyright laws, it can be stopped by customs and sent back or destroyed. You know, here's an idea for a horse speeder shirt. Hints, Mustang. Okay, it could be something. I gotta think about it. I gotta think about how to incorporate horse milk. But we had spaghetti, now we got horse milk. Yeah, Jesus, baby. I don't think if the creators of Clipper would want that. But yeah, I mean, I don't think they're gonna force anything. Not sure what channel I'm in. I'm not either. Print your own calibration cube. I bet that file was for a 1-inch cube, but the printer is dead on. It's very possible. You know, these are just the two files that are on there, you know? No, horse milk. Now, there's going to be a horse milk shirt now. I just got to figure out what. You just print the 3... Yes, exactly. Exactly. Like that I like. That calibration tool is actually quite nice. And the bearing, that's the type of calibration that I like. If I can put an actual thing that I'm going to use into it, that's nice. Had 5 sold one bed slingers. It turned out so well that any part to fit from any of the others. Yeah, like that's really good. I've definitely printed, especially on the yellow one, where I used a ton of different machines, uncalibrated, to print it, and I had issues with them fitting, like from different machines because they're not all calibrated together. Benchy on a horse milk C, epic. Those little, yeah, droplet thingies in the print bed look like you milked the wrong horse. Oh my god. Let me clean those off before you guys get any other ideas. It's pretty hilarious. They are a pretty funny shape as well. Yeah, but generally speaking, if you guys are looking for first impressions, I am very first impressed. Looks like the bed is not insulated. What kind of heater is that? This must be a PCB heater. And it has a sheet of tape on the bottom. I thought it was insulation at first. It's not. It's just a black sheet of some kind of protector. But there's no heater. There's no heating pad. So it must be a PCB heated bed. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing stopping you from putting a different bed on there if you wanted to. There's nothing in the way. I like it. I like it. I kind of want to know if there's a way to just put vanilla Clipper screen on the screen. I think that would help fix a lot of the nonsense issues. And I personally just like the clipper screen better, just knowing that it's running it. But yeah, guys, that's the machine. You guys have any closing questions before we kind of shut her down? I used to work on a breeding farm. Jeez. Are you having PTSD? Oh my god. Yeah, like without being excited, I have some feedback. This was a very strange design decision. Like this not having a cut all the way up is strange. Like, why not? Like, even taking a Dremel right there would solve that issue, just so you can take this cover off. The same with this. You don't want to take this off. Like, there should be a cut right there so that this whole cover can slide off. This is kind of strange, along with these. But this is nice and tidy. Like, it's very robust. I don't know if this angle will be a problem, but it wasn't so far. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of hard to dissect any further. I like it. I like the big giant motors. They're way larger than most other machines. I like the split Z's. I love the giant over-engineered extrusions on this thing. They're huge. And the fact that this is one piece, they're not bolted together. That's one piece. I like that there's wire management edges in here. Not edges, but like they'll cover the wires. These are pre-threaded. Yeah, there's 4 screws on each side. I don't know. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. They technically don't need to have these bearings on top of here. That one they probably do because there's nothing else holding it. But these they technically don't because it's already on a linear rail. So they don't need those. But I guess they're also using it as a stopper. But that could have been a little printed piece even and would have been fine. The other things I can see here that I could critique, that could be like a long-term thing. These idlers are not held from the bottom. So they're only held from the top. They are on a little like flanged screw. So it's not just a bolt with a spacer, like it's an actual part. But still, like this could have easily been a more robust piece, but they chose not to do that for whatever the reason is. Same with up here. Like this is also done in the same way, where the idler is just on a single axis piece. So maybe that's not the best thing in the world, especially for like long term. Oops, I'm pointing it in the wrong way. Like for example, can you guys see that? I guess it's hard to see because of the light. The LED light is so bright on this. But yeah, like technically speaking, this would be better if it was, held from both sides. But then again, I'm only saying that because my Voron does it, and the Voron does it with plastic. And this is what looks like it's CNC aluminum. It could be poured, but cast, I mean. I don't know. I think at this point we're going to be nitpicking pretty damn hard. So Federer loves wire. I do love wire management. Oh boy, what am I scrolling through here? How much would the ability to use the screen? Extra $50? I mean, I don't know. I don't even want the screen. Like the fact that I have fluid right there, that's all I want. How How much with the ability to use the screen? Buzzbird, what do you mean? Fellow plastic squirters. Plastic squirters is another pretty good name for something. F1, good night. Thank you for being here. You know what? Maybe I'm gonna write this down. Maybe something about live stream would be a fun shirt. Like something that has to do with late night live stream. Yeah, there's something there. I don't know what it is, but there's something there. How much is the printer? $4.99. Yep. You can't print from the screen is absolute BS. It's obviously a glitch. Obviously, just a simple glitch. That could be fixed. You know, the fact that I can find the same files on Clipper and click is just a glitch. No hope. All right, everybody. I think we're going to call it there. There are no more questions about this machine, but if there are, leave them either in Discord or anywhere else. You can actually comment on this video as well. I always read the comments everywhere. So 6:25 there. Well, it's 12:26 here. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I mean, I can't wait to blow my nose. This thing is just completely stuffed, you know. But you have an idea for a shirt? Zoomy, you're gonna have to message me. All right, everybody. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you very much. If you haven't already, hit that like. If you guys want to support in a slightly new and interesting way, at least for me, please check out shop at 3dprintsos.com. Grab yourself a shirt, a hoodie, maybe one of these cool mugs, or a work mat. Not only does it help me in a new, interesting way, but it also gives you something, which I think is a cool idea, and I'm gonna definitely take this further. For sure. So definitely a nice way to support if you guys are looking for that. I know I might say it too much. Two Trees, if you're for some reason watching and for some reason still here, which would boggle my mind. You know, thank you for sending the machine. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys get some solid feedback from this, especially because you guys can see the comments live, like everyone's reactions live. So take some of this stuff into account. I will obviously test this machine significantly more, take extensive notes like I always do, and I will provide you all the cons and pros as per usual. But so far, you guys are definitely winning me over with the construction of the machine and the fact that it's probably the closest to a current Trident out without being an actual Voron. I do really like all the open source stuff. So, all right. Concert shirt is so popular, you know, yeah. Like a concert shirt, but instead of cities, printer names. Oh, okay, that's kind of neat. That's kind of neat. I want to dig in a little deeper into that. All right, everybody. It's that time of the night. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you. Jump in our Discord if you want to continue chatting. And as always, I'll see you guys in the comments. Peace!